Oy, hello. Hello.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Doing fine. I mean, not much happened today. I'm just it's really hot outside, so it's like really not fun to go outside right now.
Hey, Adam. Hey,
Hello.
everybody.
Hi.
Yeah, sorry. Whenever I read like that Patreon tier, my eyes are always just kind of drawn to the date and time.
Yeah, that makes sense.
My brain disregards all
Yeah,
other
I had a shit
details.
ton of errands to do today, so I figured I'd probably be a little late, so that's why I put that thing.
The whole like, oh, well, you might be a little late today.
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured.
It happens.
Bunch of shit. Bunch of dumb shit. This whole month has been just errands. Just everything piling up.
I feel that because like my mom has to constantly go back to my grandma's place because she's not like dying or anything, but she's not in the best health, so she had to
Yeah.
like emergency go back to her today, and she's
Oh,
staying
that
the night
sucks.
up there. She'll be fine, I think, but like she's just worried about her.
Yeah, there's some. I can't really talk publicly about a lot of things, but there's been
Yeah,
some
I didn't give away
annoying
too many
stuff.
details. I didn't give away too many details about what's going on with me, but because I didn't want people to worry about me. But I figured people, I don't know, just thought I'd relate a little.
Already sent Adam that video, Catboy.
Yeah, I'll probably react to that today.
Oh,
There's like, I know Derek posted like 2 different
fact,
videos.
I sent Adam a downloaded copy just in case Derek tries to fucking delete it again.
That's the strat. Is whenever he posts something, just archive it immediately.
I know what video you're referring to because I think I saw.
Hello.
I have a setting.
Hello.
Oh, hey, Aether.
Boards of Cinema, your hand is up. What's up? Oh, sorry, Olivia. I didn't mean to interrupt. But
yeah, I have a setting on in 4K video downloader that makes it where it like automatically downloads anything a specific channel puts out.
Nice.
Oh, you can do that.
So you have that on 420 Awards and Cool Cat Funhouse?
Yes.
I think that's. Does he have any other channels?
How are you guys doing?
I only have it set up for like those channels, but if there's somebody else you want me to like keep track of, I can.
I mean, that's just any Derek channels, really.
I've been tempted to do it with like reviewers who get copyright claimed a lot, but like,
I didn't know you could fucking do that though. Quick question, Olivia. Did you like get like the paid version of 4K download, or are you using the free version? Because I'm using the free version currently.
It is the paid version of 4K Downloader Plus.
Oh. Yeah, I've been using the for like so a while back I had made like a video essay for like a college project, and I just used like instead of using like pirating movies, I just used clips online for like the movies I was talking about. So I had to use 4K video downloaders for all the clips I did, but it worked out fine for me.
Hello.
Hi, Richie.
Hello.
Boards of Cinema, what's up? Do you have your mic on? Because I think maybe because you were trying to say something earlier.
Boards of Cinema just died.
All right, Phil. No, we can't hear you. So fix your mic, and we'll come back to you. It's okay. What's up? Hello.
Hey, I moved. Oh, is it me or?
Just go for it.
Oh, sorry. Hi. I moved out a few weeks ago, and the same week I moved out, well, you noticed I am in the living room, right, instead of my own actual bedroom, because I broke my tibia and my fibula falling off the skateboard.
What the fuck?
Oh shit!
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Already. told Olivia already. I broke both of them, and I was in the hospital for about a week, and I got surgery, and I have a titanium plates inside my leg now.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah, that's all.
Sorry to hear.
It's honestly the worst pain I've had in my life so far.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
It was the sickest way to break a bone, though.
Yeah. I can't skateboard very well.
It was my second time practicing, and I'm never doing it again.
Well, there
I've
you
never
go.
Only Tim
skateboarded.
Robinson is a good skateboarder.
I was literally the first week my first week in my new house.
Oh no. Well, I
Summer
mean, at least
Games
you'd already
Fest.
moved.
Yeah. So it's
Tim
why I'm
Robinson had like a weird cameo at Summer Games Fest, like
Wait, what?
advertising the new skate game.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that happened.
There's a
It
bunch
was
of new
like
game
the
trailers
one
I gotta
funny
check
part.
out.
It was like the
Mm.
one funny part of Summer Games Fest.
Hey Adam, have you ever broken a bone before?
I broke my arm, yeah.
Oh, but never
Oh.
like an ankle or anything.
Never like a what?
Never an ankle or a leg or anything.
Didn't you
Well,
say
my
you
arm.
dislocated your knee once?
I dislocated my knee, but I guess that's not really a broken bone. I don't know.
I was
I
literally
mean, the lasting damage is pretty bad.
It's worse than
Yeah.
breaking a bone in terms of
so
lasting
bad.
damage.
My
I was
sister
so
like
mad.
dislocated her knee when she was in her teens, and like it's still an issue.
Hmm.
I was literally taking photos of it as it happened, so I had the sense to do that at least. So I might not have been in that much pain about if I had remembered to take photos of the incident.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Ugh. Yeah, this whole month has been crazy, but it's just
Yeah.
mostly personal shit, so I can't talk much about it. My
It's
lease
okay.
on my
It's
lease on
fine.
my car ran out, so I had to get a different one. So now I have another lease. That was a
Oh,
whole process.
Oh, that's annoying.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it's honestly it's fine.
It's 3 weeks until I had to get my cast taken off again. I got a second cast on because I went back last week to get my stitches removed, and I had laughing gas to help with the pain.
Hmm.
And I'm going back in another 3 weeks to hopefully get this cast off. But that's enough. I'll
Rishi, what's up?
now you're fine. Okay.
That's fine.
I have
Yeah.
I have two questions. Both of them give me depression. One of those questions involves the film Unfrosted.
Mm-hmm.
I know
Ugh.
a lot of you have talked about like Jerry Seinfeld is a horrible director. He can't tell jokes. Amy Schumer's in the comedy
Bad
in the
person,
film,
too.
etc.
Yeah.
But there's one thing about this film that barely anyone is talking about. What the hell's happening to Bill Pope?
Oh, cinematographer? Well,
Yeah.
I don't know. See, here's the thing. When someone is credited as a cinematographer, it could just mean that they brought in lights. You know, that it really
Maybe.
depends on, because you look at something like The Matrix, you know, a lot of the like camera direction came from the Wachowskis in that film. A cinematographer obviously plays an important role in the film, but it really depends on whether or not a director has like a specific vision for how they want things to look. So you can have varying degrees of like how involved the cinematographer is on a film, in the same way that you can have varying degrees of how involved the producer is on a film. It really depends on just their relationship with the director and what kind of project it is. So when I see someone like Bill Pope for Unfrosted, the whole movie looks like shit.
What else has
You
this
know,
person worked on?
Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, he's
The
done
Matrix.
some really
Oh.
great. The
Oh,
He's done
Matrix,
some
yeah.
plenty of good stuff.
Darkman, Bound, Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
So it's like, yeah, when he's
E-Driver.
working with a great director, they look great. Is
Spider-Man
basically
2
what
is like
it
the best
seems.
Marvel movie still.
I would say
Yeah.
so.
I don't think anything can beat it.
Spider-Man 1 has like aged weirdly, but I still like
I
2
love-
a lot.
I love them
Yeah.
still.
Oh,
They're
What
still
about-
good.
Is Spider-Man 3 as bad as people remember it? I don't know. I think there
It's
are.
not great.
It's
but
not the
it
worst
brought
Marvel
the
movie.
bully.
No,
the bully
memes-
Maguire memes were worth it.
It's
Yeah,
not the worst
memes are,
Sony
like,
Marvel.
overtaking it.
I'm gonna put some dirt in your eye.
Yeah. The
Oh, I'm
meme
sorry.
quality.
Little
gonna
Goblin
cry?
Jr. Gonna cry.
Gonna
Mhm.
pray Spider-Man gets killed.
Also, he decks Mary Jane in the
And
face.
apparently,
That's just funny.
Spider-Man 2, it has allegedly one of the worst dance scenes of all time.
But no,
Spider-Man
it's 3
2?
2.
3.
No,
You're
no,
talking about-
Spider-Man 3. Spider-Man 3.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Scene where he has that emo haircut and he's walking down and he does that.
The
like,
air
fu-
humping bit, yeah.
It's
Something-
classic, okay?
Which
I-
got
I-
parodied in Spider-Verse.
It came out in 2007 around the height of like emo subcultures and things like that. And I think it's kind of fitting that he has that sort of personality.
He's
Kind
in
of
his
a-
own little world.
Yeah.
It's funny.
I like the edit of him on like Family Feud beating up Steve Harvey.
Oh yeah,
That's
there's a
pretty good.
billion. That channel just keeps doing Spider-Man edits.
Or like
There's
Mario
like one
Kart.
channel that just keeps. I think it's
Yeah.
called the Human Spider on YouTube.
I really love those edits.
Yeah.
Like they're so high quality.
I like the Breaking Bad Mario Kart one a lot. Although I don't know that
Oh,
that's
yeah.
the same channel, but that's like a classic.
There's an edit of Bully Maguire doing a dance-off against Morbius's side chick from Morbius.
Oh,
I thought you were
Yep.
gonna say like
Yeah.
that
Matt
guy.
Smith's character.
Yeah. I'm just gonna call him Morbius.
Both of my pants, my pants.
Exa. I think about that song every once in a
Exa.
while.
It's supposed to be have sex, but
So
No, because the song
song
is like
choice.
literally called Exa, isn't it?
is it?
Yeah. Well, he
I
says
thought it
have
was
sex. He says
sex.
have sex sometime. Let's look up the lyrics. Because I'm pretty. Yeah, it's called EKSE. Off the meds Exa.
It's not
off the
have sex.
meds is the producer, the guy who made it. Well, it says have sex sometimes. So there's a line that says
Okay.
have sex Exa, and then the lyrics seem to be a different language, and I don't understand. But one of the parts does sound like
Maybe.
poop my pants. A yes, for sure.
Mhm.
Poop my
And-
pants.
Or
Yes.
just- and I swear in the
Yes.
song, I swear it's it almost sounds like someone saying like falafel,
Yeah,
falafel,
he likes falafels.
or falafel.
If you look at
Yeah,
the cover art for the album, it's like just so disgusting. Because I looked this song up on Spotify.
It's just an emoji, like
It's a
like
terrible looking
dragon
emoji.
mask emoji, or
Yeah.
whatever you call that one.
Looks really low quality. Like
I've seen
bad
some funny
visual
like
design.
bad album covers.
Mm.
yeah.
Saint Anger's a pretty cool one though. Like
Sorry,
you know,
what?
I had my Saint Anger profile pic when I turned my camera off.
What's the best album cover?
Mm,
I don't know, probably something by Powerwolf because they're furry.
No
So
Love
would
Deep Web is the correct answer.
Scoot would think it's
Don't know what
probably
that is.
Nevermind or something, I don't know.
Well, don't look it up because it's pornographic, but it's a Death Grips album where they just sharpied on one of the band members' penis, like erect penis in front of a bathroom wall.
Do you really think I care about pornography?
I'm just I
Uh-huh.
said
Yeah.
in general.
I heard that Kurt Cobain made a joke once that if you're offended by the baby on the Nevermind, you're probably a closet pedophile. I heard he joked about that once when he was alive.
Crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm really
Nirvana.
I don't care about nudity at all. I think we have
No.
weird human social
Yeah.
bizarre customs and what's the word, norms and taboos. It's like
Nudity
just
is fine in
completely
most movies. I'm fine with nudity as long as it serves like a purpose. But if it's just doing it for the sake of doing it, then it does annoy me more than anything.
well
else.
it's like it's but
Yeah.
here's the thing, it's like it's one of those
I
things
just
where
don't
it's only weird because we're not like normalized to it. So you look at like there's plenty of tribes that exist where they just walk around naked and nobody gives a shit. It's not like they're not human beings. It's just we've constructed a
No.
different society, right?
I guess, but it's also for a purpose as well. Like we can't like clothes serve a function as well. I mean, I
No,
don't know
I'm
any
close.
world or whatever.
Yeah, a hat serves a
Of course.
function, but
Yeah.
if it was the social expectation that everybody had a hat on them 24/7, right?
know,
Then people
Yeah.
people would freak out if you took your hat off, right? It's the
Yeah.
same thing. You look
Uh-huh.
in some Muslim countries where like women can't wear things or they can't show their hair, right? Like it's
Yeah, of course.
entirely socially constructed.
you
I
know,
know.
if you're talking about bad album covers, what about this one? Like, what?
Oh my God.
Noticed this one.
What the hell
What
is
is it?
that?
What is
What the
that?
fuck?
What is this?
Chumbawamba.
Is it
You know
Chumbawamba?
that song they did tub thumping?
Yes.
It's a
Every-
wonder thing.
Everybody knows that song.
Yeah, it's the album cover for the same band who did Tub Thumping.
Yes.
Or whatever that same.
Hub thumping.
You still have your
That's
hand
the-
raised, Rishi. Did you have something else?
My second question is that it's halfway through the year of 2024. Aside from the fact that I'm still patiently waiting for both the trailer and release of Roger Eggers' take on Nosferatu, in which I got both of those versions watched in preparation,
Nice.
I am so depressed as the fact that films like Monkey Man, Challengers, The Fall Guy, which is actually really, really good and it's better than the trailer suggests, Abigail,
Furiosa.
just bombed at the box office, and people are really showing that they're just making excuses to not show up at the theater.
I
Well,
thought Challengers
can't
did
force
okay,
people.
I thought. I
Really?
think
Yeah,
Challengers
Furiosa
did
I think
alright.
Challengers is gonna make its money back.
Furiosa is doing pretty well and is like made over the 100 million, 200 million mark. I think which is, I don't know how well. Did the original, I think
Let's
so.
look this up.
How
Fury
well
Road
would it
did-
have? How well would it have to do for George Miller to consider doing more? Because he said that whatever happens next in the saga is dependent on how well Furiosa does.
So it's
Yeah,
made
but it's not gonna
146
keep going.
million worldwide,
Yeah,
which
and it's only
seems
been
not
out
bad.
for-
But I don't know what the marketing
oh,
budget is or what they
yeah.
were
There's
expecting.
another one
right?
that for some
Yeah.
reason didn't make its money back in terms of its budget. Love Lies Bleeding from director Rose
I still
Glass
haven't
of
seen
Saint
that.
Body fame.
I liked it. I didn't love it, but I liked it. I gave it like a pretty mid 7 out of 10, but I liked it overall. There were I don't know if I should go in detail about it because there's definitely stuff in it that's spoilery that I don't want to spoil for those who want to see it.
Boards of Cinema.
no,
If you want to like try joining on your smartphone, you could try that, and then just like
Yeah,
push
it's
to talk
much easier, I
if you want to
find.
do that. If I'm assuming you have a smartphone or something. Okay.
You guys want to know what the actual worst album artwork is?
Hmm.
Remember this thing?
I can't see it. You're gonna have to hold it up.
Chocolate Starfish in the Hot Dog Flavored Water by Limp Bizkit.
Oh.
No.
That
Yes.
doesn't
Ew.
shock me. That Limp Bizkit would have like a weird one.
I bet it's flavored. I bet one of their flavors for their flavored water from Limp Bizkit would be chocolate starfish, just like in the album.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Remember
their
in the
music-
Fanatic when they're like, "You want to listen to some Limp Bizkit?" That was funny.
Get that kid out of there. Get that child out of there. Don't subject him to Limp Bizkit. Jokes aside, their music's garbage, but very kind of fun, in my opinion.
Oh, so people have made lists of the worst album covers.
Of course, there's lists of
Yeah.
the worst everything.
Millie Jackson
I'll
just
just-
has her pooping on the toilet. Called
That video game
Back to
cover
the
art
Shit.
is like one of my favorites. There's some real weird ones.
Yeah, bad video game art. I don't know. They seem to be going by like thematic content, or are they just going by like offensive? Because if that's the case, what are they judging? What's the metrics for bad?
for bad video game art.
No, there's obvious. I mean, being ported, but I mean for bad album art, like doesn't convey the concept. Like if we're just going by crude and shocking, then that's not really a good accurate assessment.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. Does it look well?
Yeah, like
Wasn't there
104
Wasn't there an album somebody made like had like a diaper fur or something on it?
What?
Yeah, that might be a deep pull, and I don't remember who sent that to me or what year. I don't remember what
Oh,
that
God.
was.
Just
Seen that one.
if we're going, there's tons of like non-commercially. If we're going by SoundCloud or we're going by fucking Bandcamp albums, then yeah, there's an entire
You know,
world.
Adam?
Yeah.
I
Yes.
think I might have found it. I might have found
The
it.
diaper fur one.
No, the worst album cover I've ever seen.
Oh, what is it?
Oh,
What is that?
Is it a Crypto Bro album?
I saw this
Yeah,
off of
how
the
do I-
thumbnail on YouTube. I think it was from Anthony Fantano or something.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah,
funny.
Like
GME,
that-
so it must be
this
like a
is
GameStop.
cursed. Like,
Oh yeah, that's kind of funny.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Repping that GME.
I think the
Hmm.
worst album cover is also like by 6ix9ine or something. He does some pretty crappy album art.
I mean,
Yeah.
that makes sense. He seems like a fucking idiot.
And he's,
Yeah.
and he's a pedophile as well. So
Is he?
oh yeah,
Ew.
he involved a kid in like a sexual music video or something.
Oh, that's bad.
All right, here's one of my favorites that I found. I'll see if I can
Damn
post
it.
it somewhere.
He's a
Hold on.
fucking creep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I found one of my favorites here. Posted in the chat.
This
Look at
looks-
this. Oh boy.
Oh
Wow.
goodness.
To be honest, I've seen
Jesus.
worse.
Hold on.
Yeah.
This
love
looks
the
like an Adult
hair.
Swim parody.
That's the
What the
worst.
fuck is this?
That's the worst I've
There
ever
it is.
seen.
Yeah.
That is worse. than
Jesus
Olympus.
Use Me is a very bold title. The band name being the Faith Tones is already fun, but Jesus Use Me is like a very
Jesus.
well. That's the thing is like a lot of, you know, when I went back to church like after not being religious anymore, but there was like this one year where I went back for Christmas, and then kind of just recontextualized all the like hymns and chants. I was like, wow, this is actually really when you step outside of it and actually think about the things that you're saying, it's kind of weird when you put it into
Yeah.
context
Mhm.
instead of just growing up with it. And so something like Jesus Use Me, you know, you don't when you're just
I'm
when
sorry.
it's your life and you're just in it the whole time, you don't notice that
Shit.
it's an odd
You
thing
don't
to
Jesus,
say.
notice
use-
the
Wait,
Hmm.
Jesus use me. More like Jesus take the wheel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
most Christian
It's
music
just
is just
tool.
garbage. Most Christian music
Yeah.
is just so bland. Like I grew up. My mom puts it on all the time, so I have to listen to it a lot. But like it's always the same thing. It always feels the most bland, generic, like same verse, same like message. Every
You know
time
it's a
listen to Christian
fucking
music.
banger
Yeah.
though? Listen to the soundtrack for Jesus Christ Superstar. It's so good.
Yes.
I'm surprised
I
I haven't
bet.
run into more like Christian rock or Jesus music around the areas that I grew up in because I'm like deep in the heart of the Bible Belt.
Jesus
Yep.
Christ
Oh, what-
Superstar is like
oh.
legit banger
Oh,
music.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a
yeah.
fantastic
same
soundtrack. Yeah.
composer as Joseph in the Technicolor Code and Phantom of the Opera, and the original Broadway play of Cats, not the freaky from hell.
I mean, the,
2019 one.
even the original's
Yeah.
kind of weird.
I got
Mm,
two
yeah.
songs.
Memory
Oh,
is
sorry.
nice.
Sorry,
That's
I was
about
asking-
it.
Hmm.
Asking real quick, two songs. How would we rate "Freak on a Leash" by Korn and "Stupid Girl" by Garbage? How would we rate those songs?
I remember Freak on a Leash by Korn. I don't remember how Stupid Girl by Garbage goes.
No,
That's
I
great.
don't remember.
Let's see. Let's see if I can pull it up. See if this has any. Have I even heard this?
Yeah,
I've kind of skimmed
1995,
through it,
yeah.
but I don't know if I've heard that one. I like Freak on a Leash by Korn.
It's a great song.
I used to do it
Great.
at karaoke sometimes, and then when it gets to the bridge, it's very difficult.
Like with the beat.
Like no one can do that part. It's stupid.
It's got an awesome video as well.
I don't know if I've seen the video.
So anybody see In a Violent Nature? Because I did a couple of weeks ago.
I did, and I've been
It
so fucking
is
busy with all
a-
the dumb shit I've been doing this month that I didn't make a video for it, and I thought I was
It
going to.
is amazing.
I don't know if I'd call it amazing.
I liked
Mm.
it. I gave it a 6, but it's like a high 6.
I-
I thought it was kind of like a guilty pleasure kind of thing, but I'll explain it a bit.
I
I'll
like
let
what
you
it
guys
was
keep
going for.
Good to
Hmm.
I
No,
wouldn't
I've
mind
never heard of it, I'll
discussing it,
watch it.
but who hasn't seen it, and we'll see. Like, I guess how I don't know how you could spoil it that much.
Mhm.
It's not really a
I've not heard of this until just
spoilerable
now.
movie. It's kind of like it's a It's a slasher movie, kind of, and the gimmick is that you're watching it through the perspective of the serial killer, and it's basically like if you took Friday the 13th logic of just like a dead guy, some sort of curse, it's in the woods, and then like, oh, I'm powerful, and I just go and I don't say anything and just, kill people because I something. So it uses Friday the 13th Part 6 logic, basically. And it's really well shot, and it's really kind of like meditative. It's like an art house slasher movie, and most of it is just the guy, like the killer, walking around in the woods, and I kind of liked that. My big issue is that it didn't fully commit to the concept. There were some scenes where it was like, okay, now we're just gonna like hang around at the campfire with these dumb characters. And it's like, okay, well, if you're going to make an art house version of this, and we're not going to be following the killer for this 10-minute segment, then use the art house format to make the characters like a bit more interesting. But instead, they were just the same sort of typical, like, I like smoking weed, bro. And if it was in line more with like the 80s schlock of that type of character, I think I would have liked it more. But unfortunately, it was like the very poor acting from those characters and very poor writing. Like they all felt so phony, but not phony in a way that felt like a satire. It felt phony in its own, like, kind of like some of the actors at the beginning of like Wendy and Lucy. It's like, okay, you've made like a very low budget thing, and just some of these people are not professional actors, and it would have helped if you had a better script.
I understand that. I gave it like a 6. I think that I don't know if it was just me, but I kind of like the vibe of the film. It it kind of just felt like
cool.
going to like a nice hike through the woods, and then you occasionally get to see people get killed in gruesome ways. I don't know if like that's what it was, if that was intentional, but like that's what I got out of it. And like for being a slow movie, I was never bored watching it. I was like fully intent watching it, which is impressive because I have autism, so like I sometimes I just can't handle slow movies, but there are exceptions, and weirdly enough, this became an exception, if that makes sense. And
it was a slow movie. It was a 90-minute movie that felt like 2 hours. I still liked it, but I wasn't wowed by it. Well, I was wowed by parts of it. I like the concept, and I like how it was pulled off for quite a bit of it. But by the end of the movie, that whole last 15 minutes, I was like so ready for it to end, and I was like, there was a character that was talking. I was like, can you just like shut up? Can you just like stop?
I felt that exact same way. It's like the last 15 minutes did lower my rating. It would have been like a 7, but I took a whole point off for that like last 15 minutes, and then But even then, I still thought that some of the stuff. I thought the kills were like some of the best part of the film. In all honesty, I liked how just gruesome it all got in some areas, and maybe it's just the fact that I watched literally every Friday the 13th film last Halloween, so like it kind of made me appreciate slasher films like this in a certain way, or maybe used to slasher films in this kind of way.
Ooh, apparently The Watchers is coming on digital July 2nd. Nice. So I don't have to feel bad about
not very good.
Allegedly not very good.
Yeah.
Well,
Wow.
Yeah.
I am depressed by that. And also,
depressed by it coming on digital so soon? Because I think that's just the new strat. I think that's just what movies are doing now.
Yep.
I think they're doing it regardless of like how well it does in theaters.
Unless if it's like Barbie or Oppenheimer, then they leave that in theaters
or
for
Dune.
events.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless it's like a huge.
Fall Guy got like released on digital like less than 3 weeks after it was out in theaters, which is crazy.
Yeah, that one seemed like they gave up.
Yeah.
No one give a word of mouth to this film so that we can motivate a lot of people to see this movie. You know? And also,
I don't know.
will admit about In a Violent Nature, I think like the premise alone of following of a certain horror movie through the eyes of the protagonist is such an interesting idea. You know, like how about I'm thinking of like hoping that there's going to be like another movie, like a home invasion movie through the perspective of the home invader. You know? Like,
yeah, you could do a lot with that type of gimmick. I thought that it was very ambitious. It just needed to be more fully fleshed out.
Or
It
who
is
knows,
on a
maybe like
Yeah.
a Strangers movie through the perspective of the strangers.
And
Speaking
just
of the
seeing them
strange-
teleport everywhere.
Hmm.
Speaking
Yeah.
of the strangers, that when that gets on digital, you can do watch one for
I don't know
Strangers
if it
Chapter
makes
1.
any
Yeah.
sense. Nobody likes it. Like everybody kind of knows what it is, right? I don't know. Should I?
Kind of. I think you. I don't know. You've streamed worse stuff in the past.
I
don't know,
did, but
people-
like,
yeah.
no, is anybody even talking about this?
Amanda
They
the
are,
Jedi just
and
uploaded
for
a video
very
uploaded
negative
yesterday.
reasons.
Amanda
Yeah.
the Jedi just uploaded like a huge review of it yesterday on her channel, so you could watch that. And then
It looks
Yeah, keep in
somehow
mind-
more boring than the first movie.
People hate watch things all the time. I mean, Velma got a
Oh
second
yeah, I
season
know.
despite being
About-
the most.
actually
yeah.
he went
Not
about that.
necessarily.
I'm just trying to,
Yeah, okay,
just
about
trying to
that,
figure out if it's
about
worth
that,
my time.
About
Yeah.
that he
No,
would fit.
like,
About that he would. About that
Yeah.
he would fit. I'm sorry. About that.
No, it's yeah.
It's what I'm saying is that like a lot of times they just like commission one season and then they split into two seasons. That's what happened to Velma, and that's why Megamind Rules is getting a second season. They literally like finished a bunch of episodes. Yeah, so like they already finished a bunch of episodes of Megamind Rules that they just haven't released yet, and they're going to release it as a season 2 later this month. So it's just the fact that like they're doing this just so that way they can save money and not pay artists as much. Which, regardless of how shitty a show is, that you should still pay artists respectfully. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've done that with good shows before. Like there were a few Netflix originals where they claimed it was like a second season with no, that was just the first season that they just decided to split in half or whatever and
Yeah.
repackage that as a second season. Yeah. Oh, I thought Velma legit got so much hate watch or whatever that it was deemed popular enough to continue. Okay, I guess not.
No, it was just like they had episodes already finished, so they're just releasing it. That's happening with Megamind Rules later this month as well. So they just
not
doing this just so
sure.
that way to give less. They're just doing it just to pay artists less. In all honesty,
I'm
Oh,
not sure
right.
the hate watch audience is like that big of an audience.
Literally, no one liked Velma. I have not seen a single person who likes it or defends it.
Yeah.
I
that's-
didn't feel the need to watch it.
Me neither.
Right.
No, I didn't. The uh, the only positive that's ever been mentioned anywhere is possibly the art direction, which, like they said, is not. It's not the ugliest looking adult show ever, but that's about it.
the animation in Velma
Yeah.
is like okay, but then everything else
Fine.
I've seen of it just looks garbage.
Yeah, it is complete. The writing is
Oh
like,
yeah. It is awful.
yeah.
Oh boy.
And
My
you know,
disk drive went
I do have a
froze.
confession about Megamind. It's not that I think there are positives in Megamind Rules and Megamind the Doom Syndicate. All I can say is if they ever do like a theatrical, full movie length sequel to the original Megamind, there is a way to get around that issue. Just all you have to do is just say that everything that happens in Megamind the Doom Syndicate and Megamind Rules is all just like a storyline that they're working for the Megamind Saturday morning cartoon that was made in response to Megamind's triumph as a superhero. That could work
Mm.
Maybe.
Perhaps. Yeah.
because
I mean,
anyone-
if they did it that
yeah.
way, I really don't think they're gonna go out of their way and make a theatrical Megamind sequel in this day and age when everybody hated the new one. Like,
Yeah.
literally,
Yeah,
like it's the lowest rated film on Rotten Tomatoes for like this year, pretty much. It's like nobody liked it.
Yeah, I don't see anything. Yeah. Does anyone here follow Schaeferless Productions? Or
Yeah.
I do.
It's been a
Yeah,
while
his
since I've watched
review.
anything.
His
with
review
Schaefer
is
List.
sometimes.
Yeah.
lost
Very good.
it.
So sorry to interrupt, but like Schaefer said, I don't
Yeah.
think it's intended to be for kids because this is like 14 years after the first movie came out. So I don't think it would have been targeted to a child audience. More like it would have been for the adults that like, you know what I mean? It's like
You're talking about
That's
Megamind?
the original one.
Yeah.
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 Maybe. I haven't seen it, so I have no
Schaefer
frame of
loses
reference.
his shit. Yeah.
I
from
need
that.
to watch it, but I kind of keep putting it off.
I like it.
I
I'm just
don't need
surprised
to
that-
watch it.
I'm
I
just
only
surprised that
like
we were in the timeline
recently
where
watched fucking Wally.
Yeah, Schaeferless is he's great. He's my go-to guy for the latest like cartoon reviews. I think at this point.
Mm-hmm.
it's
yeah.
great.
I like him.
Yeah.
He just posted his letterbox review of Inside Out 2 and said that like he didn't give it any rating, but he's gonna give a review for that really soon.
Yeah,
Oh.
Pixar are kind of a bust at this point after their recent interview that they're going to focus more exclusively on sequels to pre-existing properties. And
That's funny.
Boo!
It's like as if they
Boo!
haven't really been doing that.
Boo!
no, but they made original films. The last couple, Soul, Turning Red, Luca, they were all
Yeah.
original. Yeah, Return for I
And
forget, did you like
allegedly,
it?
those
Yeah.
originals were not that good, according to you, Adam.
Yeah, what did you rate
What?
those?
Oh.
Were they most
They're
6
fine.
out of 10?
Hang on, I got a phone call.
Yeah, it was like 6s.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you
Luca
think
was
those
very
were-
boring.
Yeah, Luca. I don't know. Do you think those films would have been commercial successes had they been released? Because for those films, it wasn't until
Just like
Lightyear
not
came around.
COVID. Probably.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I wonder what the estimated productions for Soul, and look, they did apparently finally release all those films in cinemas this year, but they got pitiful. Apparently they were released in small select theaters this year, and they didn't
Yeah.
do that well.
Yeah,
Mm.
no one, by all means, gave a shit.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I think
Barbenheimer was like the last time people gave a shit about movie theaters.
Okay.
And Doom Part
with,
2 did well though.
Yeah,
Doom Part
that
2 did
too.
really well.
Exactly.
Yeah,
we were kind of on this a moment ago, but with the way the conversation is going, and it's very in a similar vein. Did anyone see the recent Red Letter Media video talking about the death of movie theaters? Because
haven't
this almost
finished it.
sounds
Trust me.
this
No,
sounds
I
very
haven't.
within the same vein,
Like-
or was it in some aspects of like Mike's thesis about it's like, okay, movies, it's a cultural coming together event, like how the Barbenheimer thing was. It's like, nuclear annihilation and Pretty Pink.
Or if you're a Taylor
It's
Swift
coming-
fan, that you just flock to theaters to like dance to Taylor Swift music because of that Taylor Swift thing like last year.
Yeah, I can see why a lot of people are fed up with movie theaters, but I don't know. I'm a film festival person, so I
like
definitely
films.
have.
I think
What
it's
sucks
just-
about it is like if the theaters don't do well year round, then there might not be a place to host the film festival. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Lightyear was
like-
a fucking disaster. Like, it'll probably be Pixar's Black Cauldron or something, or Treasure Planet.
I forgot that even
No, no.
existed.
They are not remake. They're not doing
Right.
like Black Cauldron.
I hadn't thought about it just now,
I
but
mean,
like,
by a financial disaster. That's what I meant by
They're
it.
not.
I mean,
Yeah,
no, they
they're
had the
not
Good
doing
Dinosaur
anything
in
that was like
2015.
a bomb before.
Well, Good,
Good-
Good Dinosaur, that was a bomb.
Yeah, that was a bomb. Yeah, you seem to forget. Yeah, no one. That's probably the one with the least lasting. At least things like the Cars sequels and Lightyear are established to like their biggest properties. Like, no one remembers the Good Dinosaur. Did anyone see that? Does anyone know what that is?
I remember
sequel-
it.
no.
Well, I don't
Everyone who
remember what
remembers
happened in
it-
it, but you know.
Yeah,
Remembers it for being bad.
Exactly.
I've
Yeah.
never met somebody who liked it.
Everyone remembers it for being the one that broke Pixar's streak. And people could say a few films before that weren't it was but like it's like nope, that one's not the hit
Fucking hell.
into the streak.
That's according to Schaefer. Their streak was broken by Cars 2. Like,
Yeah, that was awful.
yeah, Cars 2. I don't know. He has a
Yeah.
particular hate boner for that film or whatever. He thinks Cars 2 is like worse than Minions or
Who?
something like that. Yeah,
Every
Schaefer-
studio
Schaeferless?
Yeah.
Schaeferless
kind of makes
production.
slop occasionally. Like there's a good amount of bad DreamWorks movies.
Yeah,
But every
but
once in a
DreamWorks-
while they'll have like a Last Wish, right?
Yeah, Last Wish. just
Or
broke
The
it
Last
once.
Robot,
Yeah.
which I am interested in seeing.
It's not the last robot; it's the Wild Robot. That's
Yeah.
Wild
Robot.
Robot, yeah.
Wild Robot. Wild Robot.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
I'm hoping that's good. I really, really hope it's good. And then like you got Sony, who also was like they'll do Spider-Verse, which is really great, but then they'll also pump out like Hotel Transylvania sequels for no reason. So,
Oh,
I guess you just
Or-
need like financially good movies in order to get like the actual stuff you want to get made. and stuff.
Aren't they still doing that Hot Cheetos movie?
Already happened.
That already came
That-
out.
Yeah,
that
that
fucking-
already happened.
That was
Can't
last
keep
year.
up anymore.
It was
It's not-
nominated for an Oscar.
It's literally my fault. Adam even knew about that film's
some
existence because
reason.
on one of these hangouts, I told him about its movie, and then he got really mad about it.
Adam
then I watched
actually
it.
like reacted to the trailer for Flamin' Hot, and it annoyed him so much that he said not to publish a highlight.
It just entirely
I don't
skipped my
remember.
brain just with
Yeah.
product placement.
I don't
movie.
blame you for not remembering, but I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of food-related films, there's that Sausage Party sequel coming up next
Well,
month.
it's
Oh,
a
wow,
series.
that's getting-
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a series, but it's
Spin-off.
from-
I don't know.
Hmm.
Who cares?
Sequel
Yeah.
series.
It's not like the original movie was good.
No.
It
No,
was-
but
And
even
yet everybody treated it like this is the first adult animated film to be released in theater.
Nobody treated
This-
it like that. They treated
Well,
it
that's
like
what I
that.
heard about
Yeah.
it. Like,
If anyone, the
That's
closest
what
people,
advertisers were trying to say. There were
the closest
plenty of
people
other
treated
R-rated animated movies before that.
the
are
closest
the
that people
advertisers delusional?
No,
Yes.
the closest that
Yeah.
people treated it at that time was like, oh, hey, this is the big one. It's like,
It's-
okay, and adult
Yeah.
animation, you're getting your big shot now.
It's literally
like
the
budget-
same
budget
thing as
wise.
like
Yeah.
It's gonna be this generation's South Park, bigger, longer, and
Yeah,
uncut.
like
no, it is
Dis-
unique.
No.
It was an adult CGI movie, and there were almost none of those. Like,
it was
out there.
it was the first adult animated movie in the same way that Disney has had like 13 first gay characters.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mm.
I get it. Yeah, of course. But like, yeah, I get it, and I kind of have to blame that film's massive, surprising success led on to, I think, the creation of Big Mouth. I
Oh,
think, or whatever. A lot of the
maybe.
writers, yeah,
Oh, a lot of the
writers,
same writers.
Wow.
yeah, were co-affiliated with Sausage Party, and it was actually a huge commercial success.
Did-
and made
Did they
several
at
hundred
least did they at
Yeah.
least treat the animators well this time for Big Mouth? Because like that was a
I-
huge story about Sausage Party treating their animators
Yeah,
really
yeah,
terribly.
Sausage Party, they blacklisted a fuck ton of their animators, and that
Yeah.
was scummy. But Big
Well,
Mouth,
they did treat the animators well for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. At least that's
They
Yeah.
literally like removed animators' credits if they quit.
yeah,
Yep.
I never heard anything about the animators of Big Mouth being mistreated. I never actually read anything like that. I think
no, there's nothing like I don't know, but
Sausage
I-
Party.
yeah,
we
what
were
they're
talking about
animating is questionable. But
Sausage
I
Party,
have-
like the management was like abusing the animators, yeah.
I heard
Yeah.
about that. Yeah.
I don't know. You could question all of Netflix's ethics policy themselves. There's a lot of secrecy that goes on behind the scenes, and I don't know. They make they things very quickly and efficiently, and I don't know. It's weird. HBO Max had a massive issue with like the stuff being removed. Have any Netflix originals ever been removed? Or like
only one movie has is called Passing that got removed for some reason, but it was because of copyright issues. Whereas I think most of Netflix stuff is still on there.
Yeah, just keep it
Yeah.
on the
Yeah, they
platform,
didn't
why
even
not?
take down cuties. They're pretty
Exactly.
stubborn about that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You'll take that down, you won't take fucking child porn down. What the fuck's wrong with you?
Yeah, I don't know. There's a whole argument. Big Mouth gets around it because it's animated and has. I don't know. It's having its final season this year, and so thank God. I don't know. It has its fans, but I don't really get it.
Did Young Sheldon end already?
Yes,
It did,
John
but it's
finally
Yes.
ended.
but
Did they kill him?
but it's getting a spin-off series.
Oh, what the fuck?
So
Yeah.
Whatever.
Another one.
Spin-off, getting
Yeah.
a spin-off.
Is it going to be called Old
Hilarious.
Sheldon?
No.
Baby
I-
Sheldon.
I never watched
Post
either of
Sheldon.
them.
Zygote
wait.
Sheldon.
Is
Grandpa
Big
Sheldon.
Bang Babies already a thing? I don't know.
No, it isn't. But
Just
I don't
checking.
know.
I don't
Just more
don't
of the-
know.
more of the
I-
JoJo's Bazinga's Adventures universe or whatever.
I know more of that show than I would ever care to, only because it somehow made its way into the shorts feed. And
Oh.
I know what the
Yeah.
what the new spinoff is gonna be, even though I care nothing of this universe.
Stop clicking on
Yeah.
him. You're getting recommended because you click on him.
I don't.
Hewlett Fan 96,
I
you're
know,
literally
it's
looking at a person. Oh, sorry. Hewlett Fan
Sorry?
96, you're looking at a person who used to be a fan of Big Mouth. Like, I literally got
Ouch.
a commission once of one of the characters as a Mudokon from Oddworld.
Oh, nice.
You'll
Wow.
Wow.
But it,
Sorry.
It's very bright.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
funny.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh, nice.
wow. That's kind of
It's-
cool.
You love Madawkins.
Yeah, that is great.
Like
Yeah.
Oddworld.
Yeah,
Yes. So
And
a
Oddworld,
few
yeah.
years ago, I got a commission of one of of Jesse as a Mudokon for some reason because I was a
Yeah.
fan of Big Mouth, and yeah.
Yeah, I was too. When
I
did you
remember I
finally
used-
stop with the series? Like, how far into it did you get? Because I've watched a bit more than I'd like to admit, just because.
Season 4 was when the series was like kind of at its peak, I guess, when I was watching it. But I think I saw. I think I did watch a bit of season 7, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not as invested as I used to be in the characters and stuff, and like I was in school when I started to watch season 1, and like yeah.
Yeah, you would have been the prime age to watch it. I watched it a little bit later when I was much older, and I think the main issue is that it's just so bloated, and the series has just gone on for so long, and that there's constant endpoints to end the characters in its arc, and they don't really know how to do it.
Maybe it
I
was
just don't
never
wanna
good.
look at it.
Yeah.
Has gone on for too long.
Yeah.
I was
but
hoping to
there-
fucking rip
yeah.
some fucking Blu-rays during this call, and now my disc drive isn't working. My DVD drive
For
isn't.
the
Yeah.
Oh
doing the-
damn.
Yeah,
is it for the?
I
is it
tried
for
to
I
the
have
install
a
it.
fucking so my old archive for like the 2020 2021 streams, that one stopped working for a while, and when I tried to get it fixed, they're like, we just shoved it in your computer.
Oh,
A done deal.
okay.
But now it's not working again.
Oh, that
Now
sucks.
it's inside my computer. And so
Okay.
I don't have access to like any of those old VODs.
You use
Except for some copies.
You're gonna use the disc drive to rip the Three Colors trilogy films. Or
Yeah, that was the
Yeah.
plan. So I think I'm gonna have to restart the computer, but I'll wait until after the call.
something? All right.
It's just annoying
Speaking
that I
of
have to.
physical
I
media,
was hoping to be efficient. I was hoping to do it while I was doing this call,
yeah.
Like, I
not have to do it
upload
later.
my shit. It's so annoying.
I'm pretty sure all the Three Colors trilogy films are on HBO Max because I looked it up and it's on there. And then speaking of physical media, I actually was surprised to see Zone of Interest getting like a special edition 4K
Yeah.
on A24's website.
I'm happy
I
about that.
pre-ordered that shit. I pre-ordered that shit like immediately, and now it's coming to my next month to my
I
house.
wish I
Mhm.
liked Zone of Interest. I would have bought that too.
Yeah.
Um,
And then oh sorry.
sorry, Boards of Cinema has no mic and is just asking some questions in chat. I would say wait for I Saw the TV to go to come down in price, and also Three Colors trilogy watch along should happen tomorrow. We're gonna try and just
Got it.
plow through all of them in a
You
row.
know, speaking of which, Adam,
and we'll
I think
probably start it sometime before noon Pacific. So maybe 11 a.m. if we're up and ready, but
And I'm gonna be
noon
at
at
work
the
by the time you
latest.
start. I'm gonna be at work by the time you start it, so I might not be able to watch it all. I might just watch it on my own.
Okay.
Okay.
you given I Saw the TV Glow a 4 out of 10,
Uh-oh.
and especially, why did you give it that?
Because the main actor sucked, and he was very difficult to take seriously. And
Even after Jurassic World.
I know,
Fallen-
right? He sucks. Justice Smith is not
Really?
good.
I brain
Really?
for like a few weeks.
Yeah, and it was just like it's one of those things where like I like what the movie thought it was, but it just didn't live up to that.
Yeah.
That's always disappointing.
It was really underwhelming and kind of boring.
Mm.
Well, pretty boring.
Well, based on what I saw of the premise for I Saw the TV Glow, I thought it was giving like Candle Cove, except instead of Flapjack, it's with Goosebumps / Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Kind of, but it just like it doesn't really explore anything that it sets up very well. It kind of just meanders the whole movie.
Yeah, there is never mind. I'll go afterwards.
Monk's Head
Sorry,
Psychosis,
it's-
what's up?
So I have a guilty pleasure album to show you. I actually unironically like this album. It's sorry, that's
Your screen's frozen anyway. So if you're showing
this
something,
is actually a
Oh, there you
this is
go.
actually a good album, and I will die on that hill.
what is it?
Autobiography by Ashley Simpson.
Oh yeah,
It's a good album, and I will die on that hill.
did she do a hoedown?
It was her first album from 2004. It was like it does actually have good songs on it, so it is actually a better album than people are willing to admit. Because I have listened to it. I have listened to all of this album, and it is pretty good.
I remember liking some of her tracks, but then it's kind of just difficult to retrospectively knowing that, like, how much of it was even her.
I even
Is the
made like
question.
shitty music videos out of clips of Critical's videos with like the song Undiscovered, and I'm currently working on one with like Shadow as well, like the
Mhm.
song Shadow by Ashley Simpson. I did one of a shitty music video for Undiscovered of just clips from Critical's videos. It's on my YouTube channel.
Critical had a video.
No, I took clips from some random critical
Oh,
videos
okay.
and put them
Just
on
an
my movie
unrelated
to
one.
video to like practice my editing skills, I
Okay.
guess. Yeah, you can watch it if you want. It's on my YouTube channel.
Mhm.
Also, a work in progress for Shadow.
Cool.
Ow,
Oh.
ow, ow. My arm hurts.
Oh.
Ugh. I'm so
Yeah,
tired and
I-
sore this whole month.
I feel bad because like at work one of these days I literally like had to like rest for like a bit just because like as I was wrangling carts at my job, my left arm started hurting like crazy. So they were like, "Hey, you need to rest." And then I eventually got better, but it's been kind of tiring. We were just being the same job over and over again, especially since I got sunburned last weekend, and that
Oh
really
no.
sucked.
Sorry to hear it.
Damn.
The worst
Yeah,
sunburn I
sorry
got, I
about
was on
that.
a ferry ride from Vancouver to Victoria.
I haven't been sunburned in a long time, but that's just because I don't go out.
Yeah, I try to be more
I'm-
conscious about the sun now. That one time I was
I-
tricked because there was a really nice breeze the
Mhm.
entire ferry ride, so I
Oof.
just stayed outside the whole time. And then when I got to Victoria after like a few hours, I was like, why does my skin feel very dry and hard? And then I
Yeah.
started turning red, and then it was just absolute torture for the next
Yeah.
however many days.
By
I
turning
try-
red, I do mean do not turning into a red panda.
Yes, of course.
Mm-hmm.
The
Turning mid.
Yes.
Yeah,
oh,
I was gonna say, for sunburns, yeah, you have to be real careful with that sometimes, because like man, right now it is not fun having an outdoor job in Texas. It's horrible, but I'm also knowing what to expect, so I'm pretty well protected there. But last year I went to Los Angeles for a couple days, and I spent some time on Venice Beach, maybe walking around for maybe like 2-3 hours. Didn't think anything of it because it felt so damn nice out compared to what it was like
Yeah.
back home. And yeah, then literally the next day I just felt completely ruined and I was beet red, and
trick.
it was bad for like a week or two after that.
Boards
I
of
got
Cinema,
sunburned- Oh,
I did see. Alex also felt mid on Hitman, so you're not alone. I loved it though.
I need to see
I thought it was
Hitman. I
great.
really do. I haven't seen. I need to watch Hitman for sure. And then it's going back to sunburns. Like I got sunburned while I was at in line at like a Disney ride, so that was not fun. And then I think it's the fact that like I'm trying my hardest to like balance like being indoors and being outdoors. So like because being indoors for too long is never a good idea. So I'm kind of just I'm just trying to like balance it out, and it's never fun when you're like you get sunburned really easily. Even though I did get like some sunscreen to put on, and actually my job recently did a thing where like they gave like outdoor workers free sunscreen to put on before you start working. So that's at least fun, and they're also giving out free water and Gatorade for
Good,
outdoor
good.
workers at the store I'm working
Yeah.
at. But it's still not fun when you're like sweating like crazy outside.
Rishi, what's up?
I do have two more questions before I leave.
Okay, sure.
The first question is Olivia posted this a while in May, but I think it was either on May 17th. It was the 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. The 8-year anniversary of the botched
Dark
up
universe,
Dark
yeah.
Universe. And and this is a question for all of you. What is your most favorite personal Universal monster movie within the canon or outside the canon of a Universal monster movie? It could be Dracula, Frankenstein, Phantom of the Opera, Invisible Man, Mummy, Creature from the Black Lagoon, Hunchback, etc.
I guess
liked-
Coppola's Dracula.
I thought Lee Winnell's Invisible Man was pretty good.
Same here.
I like things about
I
it.
can't wait to see what he does with the Wolfman
Oh yeah, he's doing more stuff.
and the Green Hornet.
Oh.
I'm not big into like old horror movies, so I'm not super invested in a lot of horror movie monsters. Like
If
my
we're going-
favorite interpretation of Dracula is like the Castlevania TV show.
Mhm. Yeah, it's funny that they thought they could make a universe out of it with Tom Cruise mummy
Yeah,
kicking it off.
And
Anyone
a
else?
photoshopped image.
What's
Yeah.
their
Cast.
what's anyone
Yeah.
else's favorite aside from Adam and Olivia? What other favorite Universal monsters do you have?
Well, I haven't seen a bunch. I guess I would go with I did like the original Nosferatu, if that counts. Like I thought that was a very interesting time capsule of a film.
Yeah, actually, I'd agree with that. Nosferatu. I guess the vampire is probably my favorite overall. I think everyone's introduction to Nosferatu. Did anyone ever see that SpongeBob episode?
Yes, I know
Yes.
exactly.
Mhm.
Everyone knows
Nosferatu.
When I was a
Yeah.
kid,
Chip.
I had no
Yeah.
idea who the fuck Nosferatu
yeah,
was, so I
same.
really
Broke
didn't
my
get the
brain.
joke, and I
Yeah.
was just extremely confused. Like my little brain was like,
His-
"What? Why is there a weird vampire guy? What are they
Yeah,
saying?
I didn't- yeah.
Nosferatu?"
No.
His name is Count Orlok,
Hmm.
not
I mean, that's what they call him in Castlevania.
Nosferatu, you
Yeah.
fake ass fans.
That's
And,
what just makes me respect SpongeBob so much more. They didn't care if kids got it or not.
Yeah.
It was something that like kids could kind of get in a nebulous sense, but they would have no idea what it
Yeah.
really was until they were an adult.
Yeah.
And my second question is that if they ever try this and redo the Dark Universe again, kind of like we did with the DCEU, I have a perfect plan of how they could do that. For phase 1, start off with the Hunchback of Notre Dame, Phantom of the Opera, the Man Who Laughs, and then do a crossover fight, and they fight Count Frollo. Then introduce Dracula and Frankenstein for phase 2, and then the Invisible Man, Jekyll and Hyde with the Mummy, then the Creature from the Black Lagoon, then the Mole Men, etc. If they would have started with the Hunchback of Notre Dame, Phantom of the Opera, The Man Who Laughs, and then the crossover film, and then introduced Dracula and the others, then I would understand.
Maybe, but they got to
if
start. They
they
got to
aren't
start with the big one.
And if they aren't doing any main monster characters, they would either have to do eccentric archaeologists, Van Helsing,
Mhm.
Montague Renfield, and what else? And like any human characters that one isn't Tom Cruise, and two have a very out there personality. And I think I would like to see Sam Raimi direct a Mummy film, like the Mummy
That
film.
could be fun.
Because
Sam Raimi Mummy. I like that idea.
Um,
Although
when
I'll
I-
take Sam Raimi anything.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
Any
And
schlock.
plus
Except
Sam Raimi does
Sam
has
Raimi
his
Wizard
way
of
around
Oz.
books
Let's
of
not
the
repeat
dead.
that mistake.
I was just saying I'm going to bed in a few minutes, but before
Good
I
night,
go,
Aether.
I'm going to show you guys an album that I also
Ooh.
kind of like.
Saint Anger.
Yes, I have the 2-disc special edition with the rehearsals as well because I like this album enough that I wanted to have that. My dad hates that album so much, and he's a big Metallica fan.
Most
still got some
Metallica
CDs.
fans hate that album for
That's
some
funny.
reason. I
I've
haven't
heard.
listened to it, and I'm not a
But-
Metallica fan. So,
But anyways,
Hey,
Adam,
keep doing you.
Olivia, it's been a great time. It's been a while since I joined one of you hangouts, and I hope all of you have a wonderful, wonderful June. And
Thank you.
in anticipation
Thank
of
you.
Lee Winnell's Wolfman coming out,
When is that?
a
out?
little allow me to recite a little poem after myself with the original Wolfman.
Let's do it.
Even a man who is pure in heart and says his prayers by night may become a wolf when the wolfbane blooms and the autumn moon is bright.
Thank you, Rishi. Oh, and he's gone.
Bye.
That was great.
Also,
well,
also it's my birthday.
Off into the night.
Also, it's my birthday next week.
Oh,
I'm
happy
turning
birthday.
23
Happy early
Happy
birthday.
birthday.
Happy
Happy
birthday,
early
Aether.
birthday.
On the 23rd of June, my birthday is 2001.
How old did you
Nice.
say you were? Oh, 2000. Okay. 23.
You're
Nice.
turning
I'm gonna
20
go now. Just wanted to say that. Bye, guys.
Have a good one. Bye
Bye.
bye.
Later,
Thanks for
Aether.
joining. Tate, what's up?
I was, yeah. I don't really have any big like convo thing to talk about, but
That's
I
fine.
yeah, I don't remember if this was the case last time I was able to join, but I got my hands on a bunch of pets over the last couple
Mhm.
months. Like I got like a dozen tarantulas in April.
Oh shit.
And now I also got a snake from a coworker of mine. First time I've ever had a snake, but she's really chill. She's just like a ball python that likes to lay there, and if I take her out, she'll just wrap herself around my neck while I'm watching a movie or something.
That's pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so right now I actually have my laptop situated in a corner of my place where I'm like surrounded on just like on two sides by all the tarantulas.
Mhm.
And like literally right behind this camera is a tank with a Goliath bird eater in it.
Oh wow. I keep
Oh,
forgetting
Jesus.
that tarantulas can be pets.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't
I've
show
had
it, please.
Nah, I'm not. I won't. Because I ain't know. I don't want to. I ain't know
Yeah,
like
Adam
how
gets
everybody
it.
here. I ain't know
Yeah,
how
Olivia's
everybody
got a
here,
bit of
like,
a
feels.
phobia.
Okay, yeah.
My
Then I
cousin's
won't.
had a ball python for about the past 8 years.
Yeah. So
My roommate
yeah,
had
I've
a turtle at
It's
one
not as
point.
bad as it used to be, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Like when we were
Arachnophobia
when we
Watch
were at
Party
It
1.
Chapter 2, I wasn't like very bothered by those spiders.
Yeah.
The escape room.
That's
Yeah,
fun.
So yeah, they're fun. They're chill. It's like yeah, I've grown up having them before, so this is the first time I've ever had more than one. Other than that, I don't know. Things have been pretty relaxed. Right now, I recently rewatched Zodiac, and I have one of those like compulsions to draw like a fan poster for it.
Oh,
Like the
why not?
yeah, like it's one of those things where it's like it's kind of like, but the idea I have for it is along the lines of like those Shout Factory collector's edition releases, where it's not just like I don't know how exactly to describe it, but it's sort of like one of those like collage designs for the fans where it incorporates a ton of elements from the movie into it. So like if you've seen it, you recognize everything.
Okay.
But yeah, and I think that's the perfect movie for something like that. But
It could work.
I was thinking about starting it on the call, but I don't know where to begin yet because I've been thinking about it for like a month straight, but I can't. It's such a thing where like
Make a
there's
rough
so much
sketch.
to it. Yeah, there's so much to it that I don't know where to begin yet. But whenever it gets finished, I have no idea when it would, but whenever it does, I'm dropping that shit in the Discord.
Nice.
I gotta. And then also yesterday, I finally got a Blu-ray of With Nail and I, which I've seen. I liked it, but I always wanted that Arrow Blu-ray for it. And then I think some point last week, I got that new A24 full 4K release of Stop Making Sense, which I've been waiting for a super long time.
The imaginary.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was looking at the link that Boards of Cinema posted.
Oh wait, I know he's. Wait, let me see. I think
Maybe
I know
I'll add
where-
that to my trailer reactions list.
Yeah. Oh, I know exactly what yeah, there's like apparently like the main animator who worked on Spirited Away has a new movie coming out next month on Netflix called The Imaginary. So that's interesting. I guess.
Yeah.
You know what's funny though? There's a movie that came out today called Tuesday. That's an A24 film. I thought of seeing it.
Oh, that movie.
But my plan now
yeah.
is I'm gonna see the film Tuesday on a Tuesday. So I'm just gonna wait till next Tuesday to see it. So that way you can say, hey, I saw the film Tuesday on a Tuesday. And also
Yes,
my
on
theater does discount Tuesday, so like I'll literally pay half the price for like $5 a ticket just to see it.
It does not appear to be playing near
the
me.
trailer I tried to release the trailer reaction on Tuesday, but I think I like fucked that up.
Oops.
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 As I am wont to do.
Whatever.
Lucy, if you don't mind me asking, what was that film you mentioned earlier that like Adam was quite interested in? It was like this. I can't remember what it. Do you remember the name of it? It was like this new. God.
How much earlier? Like a minute ago?
No, not a minute ago. Like I don't know, like half an hour ago. And Adam you were mentioning that like not enough people have seen it. Or do you remember? I don't know. It just seemed interesting. I don't remember. You briefly mentioned the title, and BC said to you, Adam, that have you seen it yet or whatever. And you've been meaning.
Love Lies Bleeding.
Oh yeah, Love's Life Bleed. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll see it
Cool.
at some point.
That
Okay.
also got a A24 collector's Blu-ray that just got released. So if you want to get it that way, you can.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's so many films that are not really available in the UK. Like Hundreds of Beavers is still not available anywhere. and I
Oops.
still-
That sucks.
Actually,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure on their Twitter account they said it's coming to the UK next month, so you can see
Okay,
it that
oh.
way.
Shit.
I
yeah,
swear they
okay.
had like a London show announced.
They
They-
they had like film festivals at London, but I think it's
Oh.
getting like an official release in the UK and also Australia and some other countries next month. So you can just wait till that point. They
Yeah,
did recently announce earlier, I think yesterday they announced that they're teaming up with like some animation distributor for like an official Blu-ray for North
Yeah.
America, and they said it's going to be like
Sick.
an ultra like collector's edition Blu-ray, which I will definitely be buying when it gets
Yeah, I'm
released.
hyped for that.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
It
yeah,
should be on fucking Criterion.
It really should be.
It's
yeah.
such a
I-
fucking awesome movie.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And
sometimes, yeah, I've been lucky enough to get pirate copies of like certain films on Discord servers or
It
whatever.
is like
Ooh.
perfection for a low budget film.
High effort.
It
Yeah.
is like
Low budget, high effort. Yeah.
It
yeah,
reminded
it's
me
one
of
of it's
something-
my current favorite movie of the year so far. I don't no other movie's really gonna top it for me in all honesty. Maybe it's just the fact that I got lucky and saw it in a theater with the director and main actor, but it was still probably the best theater experience I've had in years in all honesty. It like was fucking awesome. And
I've
then I'm
definitely
pretty
seen it like
sure,
10 times.
Yeah.
I
And I
have a
could go-
recording
You
of
mentioning
like some of the Q&A.
Oh, nice.
Eh,
you
Yeah,
mentioning
the fucking beaver was like sneaking around and the main actor like got into a fight with him. It was really funny.
Yeah, that happened at my screening as well. It was really funny.
you mentioning Criterion reminded me of it. Did anyone else see that Seven Samurai is getting a 4K remaster re-release soon?
I did
Oh,
see
hell
that.
yeah.
Interesting.
yeah.
Yeah, I didn't pay too much attention to it, but I saw that it was happening, and it's like, oh boy.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
got to see more Kurosawa for sure.
I'll
Yeah.
stand
only-
by that.
Yeah.
Seven Samurai. That's like one of the best paced movies of all time. I'll stand by that.
So
I really, really-
can't, I can't
general
believe it's
consen-
3.5 hours long.
Yeah. General consensus is that that's like the best samurai movie, but for me at least, it's another Kurosawa movie because I saw the two ones that was it Yojimbo and its so-called sequel, which I prefer as like my favorite movie of all.
Sanjuro?
Sanjuro, yes, was it?
Yo, Jimbo.
Yeah.
Yojimbo, was it? Otherwise, the one that inspired, Fistful of Dollars.
Hmm.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
hard
it seems
to-
like if you just look at a lot of movies, they wind up using Kurosawa for like a
Yeah,
blueprint.
very blueprinty.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, nice.
At my screening, I was like on the aisle seat, so like the beaver, I was literally like right next to when
Yep.
they were beating up the beavers at mine. So literally, like it happened right next to me when I was at my screening for different theater though. It was not at the same theater as Olivia. It was like a completely different theater, but I was like literally right next to him as like the main actor was beating up the beaver, and it was really fun. Like everybody in my theater
There
was
he
like
is.
laughing. They also did this during the trailers. They were playing trailers for like old art house films. Like they played trailer for The Penis, and then they played trailer for what was it, Casablanca, and then they literally were like doing all this shit while the trailers were going up. It was still the best theater experience I've had in like a long time. It was totally worth seeing the theater.
I have a
Yeah,
Hundreds
like
of
it's
Beavers
a
poster.
movie
I
that
love it.
even if I have it on digital, if it shows up in theaters again, it's just so much fun to see in theaters with a good crowd
Mhm.
that it's just worth.
Yeah.
I got
What are you saying?
as I was saying, I guess I saw it twice in theaters, and it was the second time they didn't have the director and actor, but it was still fun because everybody was laughing pretty hard at it. And then I think another movie. I know you weren't a fan of this movie, Adam, but The People's Joker. They announced that
There
it's
it
getting like,
is.
oh, we're gonna watch this beaver fight.
Oh
Hold
no.
on, let me get my fucking avatar out of the way. Or never mind, they're in the center of the frame.
Ryland 2's is so fucking jacked.
I
He
know.
is. He's a buff boy.
Hold on
Oh,
a
he
second.
kicked it in the
Wait.
nads.
I still have my signed copy that he gave me of Lake Michigan Monster when I gave it to him.
Oh,
Because I have a Lake
nice.
Michigan Monster Blu-ray, and he signed it, and the director Mike Cheslick signed it.
That's great.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
It was what I was saying earlier. People's Joker's getting a Blu-ray, but it's also getting a VHS release. They said.
Yeah.
I find interesting.
Yeah, I don't know if
Yeah.
I guess it's accurate to say I'm not a fan, but I didn't like hate it. It's just I wish that it didn't look like ass.
What do you hate? People's Joker?
I don't hate it, but that's what we
Oh.
were talking about.
Oh, I thought you said hate.
Yeah.
No, I didn't hate it.
Oh.
Mm.
I haven't seen it. I don't know if I care enough.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It has some good humor in it, but it's like I feel like a lot of the stuff that it's going for, Hundreds of Beavers just did a lot better. I feel like both going for like ironic kind of humor, but they're different films altogether, but they both have similarities. And the similarities, it's just like Hundreds of Beavers just did it like a lot better, in my opinion.
I know, right?
Yeah.
It looks,
Just way higher effort and more talent.
What's weird is that I did see it, and then the thing is though, I thought like the genuine moments were like the best part of the film.
Exactly.
Whereas the humor, there were some funny parts, but there were also parts that I didn't laugh at. So, and then like when it comes to like some of the animation would look nice, but then sometimes the green screen looked like total garbage, and I just wish it was a better film overall.
Yeah.
yeah.
It would be nice
It's
if
weird.
their next movie looked a little better, but like I don't know if they're going to abandon the style or lack thereof.
Yeah. It's weird. It took like forever for it to be properly released in the USA. Like apparently it was released at the Toronto Festival in like back in 2022, and then it took a year and a half for.
Hello.
Oh, we
Yo.
What up? What was
That's
that character
muted.
in Smiling Friends again?
Daniel the Demon Slayer.
Oh yeah.
Still
Yeah,
need to see Smiling Friends.
it is
I-
fantastic. Yeah,
It's
I need to
fantastic.
see the new
Yeah.
season.
yeah, it's nearly.
I
through.
saw the first episode of season 1 and didn't always get the humor.
Oh well.
Yeah.
It's fun. I like
Yeah,
that it's
it is.
disturbing.
Yeah,
I've seen out of context clips from it that are pretty fucking funny.
yeah, it is great. I just love how it is weirdly positive at the same time. Like
The
it does
demon
actually.
being like beaten to death because they thought he was in blackface. That was funny.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's not just like the characters are. It's kind of going for the anti Rick and Morty. I think it knows that. I think Psychic Pebbles. Yeah, I think they were so fed up with the Rick and Morty, BoJack Horseman style nihilism, and they just wanted to make a show that was fun.
About making
the
people
episode-
smile.
Rick and
There was
Morty
the-
is so cringe now.
Yeah,
Nobody likes it.
Yeah, have you seen the meme of that? It's like that scene
They're
in
still going.
Toy Story where Woody is looking at like his Andy replacing
Yeah.
all of the shit in his bedroom. And Justin Roiland seeing all of his like fucking weed merchandise in the stores being replaced by Smiling Friends bonds and things like that.
I wonder if
Oh, no.
something like Smiling Friends could have existed if Zach Hadel's Hellbenders originally got picked up. Is that
I mean,
I've
it's been long enough that sure, why not?
But I mean, like,
Yeah.
I wonder if that would have caused him to like go down a different sort of like path that would maybe have taken him away from that, or from like doing something more along the lines of Smiling Friends, or if like it was necessary for that to fail for him to sort of like I mean, like
Yeah, I
Smiling
wonder.
Friends is very
The split
reminiscent
in the
of like
road.
some elements of his work that have always been there, but like it's one of those things I do wonder about,
Yeah.
because I remember I was an active fan of his back when Hellbenders was a potential thing, and they had a couple just like shorts made, and then the pilot got leaked, and
Oh, I don't remember that.
just didn't happen.
I couldn't remember everything, and I hadn't heavily watched Showing Plays like anyone else on the internet does, but I just remember hearing from one friend, like, going through the experience of hearing all these jokes talked out on the show and then seeing them animated out and playing out in real time in Smiling Friends. It's like getting a preview of it like 2 years in advance.
Mhm.
It just feels
Yeah.
wild thinking, oh wow, we're in the era now where these people, was it the Newgrounds animators, are at their TV show points now.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a
it's
pipeline.
great, honestly,
It's great.
and it's getting a third season. Yeah, everyone should support the show as well. I think
Oh,
the
yeah.
season 2 is getting a Blu-ray as well. But yeah, of course, you should.
I'm also
Yeah,
glad
I-
not just to see that, and not even just in the Has-Been or Hell of a Boss stuff and all that, but also in the other indie scene, at least for animation, at least on YouTube as well. Zerl is doing really well with Monkey Wrench, which I still need to see more of.
I'm not
Oh,
familiar.
yeah, I love Monkey Wrench, even though
Monkey Wrench,
apparently
yeah.
episode 4 is having a hard time getting fundings after episode 3 didn't get the high viewership that they wanted.
We're moving
I still need to watch.
we're moving into a period of time where the Newgrounds OGs are making their way more into the mainstream, and Newgrounds is being taken over by very talented porn animators.
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
what do you mean?
Is that
Last time I
what's
checked
happening?
Newgrounds
They
to
were
see what
always
else they
there.
have. It's just a bunch
Kinda,
of
yeah. Like a lot,
clickbait stuff you would
a
see
lot
on
of the biggest
TikTok.
accounts there now are just like NSFW animators. which,
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
I love
Balls.
them, but like, you know, it's a very different route probably than what
I
we
wasn't
used to
aware.
imagine.
Now
I
you're
haven't
making
been
me
on
curious as to
Newgrounds
whether or
lately.
not the people who are at the new grounds are probably gonna get work from their talented animation backgrounds, because say what you will about the content, but at least they seem to put more effort than you would do 10 years ago with the software that they have now.
Oh
yeah. And
Yeah,
porn
this is-
animators are making like a good chunk of money just through crowdfunding anyway.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure there were porn
I mean-
animators that were hired for Invincible season 2 just because they know how to draw body portions pretty well. They didn't like put porn in Invincible season 2,
mean-
but they hired like animators who worked on
I-
porn because of body
yeah.
proportions.
I would say
I mean,
like
It's a legitimate career stepping stone, apparently, because I remember there was a specific
course
GIF
it
of
is.
not safe for work GIF that Spaz Kid made, but and I didn't really pay as much attention to Spaz Kid, but you know that led to doing at least some sort of work in television. So it's a stepping stone.
yeah, there's
Yeah.
there's tons
Well-
of professional animators that also just do porn, like
Yeah,
under a different.
I've
Yeah.
already just decided
pseudonym.
to sell my soul, and it's like that's the route I'm taking it first. I'll develop the skill there, and then try and
Mhm.
transition that to more safe for work career stuff. I
yeah.
still need to practice more on art.
I think more than ever, especially with Hell of a Boss and the whole which was specifically designed to kind of look like extended like DeviantArt, you know, and things like that. That kind of late 2000s sort of edgy style. I'm sure a lot of the animators
People
probably
remember
had
from the
full
time.
on- grew up during that era in the 2000s, 2010s, and knew very much of the furry, you know, Rule 34
yeah.
Discord.
Yeah,
it's
Viv,
all that.
like, there's a lot of like Invader Zim inspiration and shit.
Mhm.
Yeah, of course. Invader
Is
Zim
there a lot of indie animated shows that I know most of them are pilots, but is there any other
And
shows
Richard
that one of you might
Horvitz.
have seen before?
The voice of Zim is in it, so.
Oh yeah, true.
Oh yeah, of course.
What? Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Classic.
What was that, Jay?
I said, is there any animated show that one of you people might have saw recently after, I don't know, 3 years from Has-Been Hotel? Because I was looking to see what else that the content, or at least what are these animators making that are trying to make an industry out of, or at least trying to make a product out of. And for the most part, seems to be sci-fi related or stuff that's trying to be like comedy-based shows.
hmm
Like specifically people who are attached to that, or animators in general?
I think it's just animators that are trying to branch out to an actual show. And for the most part, while they're definitely competent, it just seems kind of derivative on like other shows I've seen before. Like, I don't know, there's this one pilot that seemed like it's trying to be like another one of those sci-fi shows you'd see coming across on cable.
Well, I guess I don't really know about that. I know of a couple people who have definitely been branching out and doing pilots. Like, we're in the age now, especially probably a lot of them obviously were motivated by like Viv's work, and I think Amazing Digital Circus has kicked a bunch of other people into high gear when it comes
Yeah,
to
which
wanting to move
apparently-
in on
Yeah.
their own
Which
thing.
apparently Hollywood executives are calling Glitch Studios because they're also cares about how they managed to make a successful branding from the animation standard.
Yeah, I mean, depending on what you're making, sometimes YouTube really is the best place to publish it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like if Amazing Digital Circus came out on a different platform, I don't know if it would have had the same like total
If it was
impact.
dumped on like
Yeah.
Netflix, I don't think it would have the same impact as it does nowadays. Like if it was
Yeah.
dumped on like Netflix, it
Yeah.
would not have the same impact. I think it's because like YouTube's free, whereas Netflix costs money, so that's why it worked out that way. I'm sorry, my dog's.
Yeah, and a bunch of like
Anyways,
there's a bunch of kids that watch it, and kids are on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Mhm. That,
It's
it
not-
works out that way. I haven't I tried watching their first series, like what was it, like the one with like the blue British lady that's like a gamer, I forget the name of it.
Oh,
It
I
was
have no
like-
idea.
Oh, I thought you were talking about
No.
murder drones.
I
Mer-
don't know.
no,
Which
no, no,
I-
the other one. No, no, no. It was it was the very first thing they did, and then like I forget the name of it though. I gotta look this up. Hold on.
I think it's the show where they use mocap for the entire thing. I know what
Yeah,
you mean.
I know what I'm completely blanking on it, but I know exactly what I'm referring to. Hold on. It's here somewhere. I'm gonna look this up. Hold on. Oh yeah, there we go. I found the name. It was Meta Runner. Meta Runner was the show I was referring to. They for some reason I forgot that name of the series, but now I remember it.
Mhm.
I think the biggest problem when it comes to like YouTubers trying to go into the animation industry is that, like I said about Monkey Wrench, it requires a lot of funding now, which is
Yeah.
why they have to
Yeah.
rely on purchase merchandise add-ins just so they can make more money for the next episode.
Yeah, that's why like Vidsy Pop does a lot of merchandise runs for her shows, like Hell of a Boss stuff. It's kind of this weird dilemma because like you can either go into the like get a show funded by a network, but you might run into the problem of like studio executives like screwing you over. Whereas you could do something independent, like yeah, you get complete creative control, but you might not have secure funding. So you got to pump out your merchandise or like Patreons and
Yeah.
stuff in order to get it funded,
Yeah.
which is an
Yeah.
unfortunate thing, but it's I would prefer the indie route over like the corporate route, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I mean,
Yeah, it
it's
kinda
more
reminds
of a
me
he-
of, like,
it's more of a hero story that way.
Yeah,
The only
it kind of
other
reminds me of like the story of when Jim Cummings relied on a different source of crowdfunding because he feel like this platform would help him fund for the beta test.
Yeah, that was interesting. I would like to see more things funded that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I still
Yeah.
I still find it's ironic when it comes to like, in order to fund things, especially in the animation, you either have to sell a merchandise just to keep pumping up, or you take the other route that leads to a 50-50 chance of getting this property surviving and whatnot.
Hmm.
Yeah.
There's a show I've been following. Has anybody ever heard of a web series called Bridge Kids?
No.
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 Sounds
It's
familiar,
one-
but I have no idea.
Yeah, it's created by these two dudes, Mike Kerfora and Adam Mikowicz, who are animators. Mike has
okay.
actually done some animation work on the Midnight Gospel. But they started doing something together. I guess they're friends. They created the show, and like their 8th episode, I think it's called Stranger Danger. It got picked up by the algorithm on YouTube. They're
Shit.
mostly on Newgrounds, and they had been working on this series for a couple years, and their 8th episode got noticed and has a couple million views now. I highly recommend. It's a pretty like just down to earth, like kids trying to get by, hanging out under a bridge sort of thing. I think it's really funny, but they've recently come out with a couple of like successful shirt releases as like tie-ins to help get them extra funding. They got a Patreon, so they're getting money through that, but they're also they released a shirt that's like a shot from it that's also kind of a parody of an album cover. I think it's like a Molchat Doma album cover parody. And then they recently released, just a shirt that one of the main characters wears, and that's coming in for me. I ordered one of those.
Nice.
And it's that's just another example of two guys starting something that I think was originally just made for a animation festival initially, but yeah, anybody wants something to laugh at, I recommend Bridge Kids.
I just looked it up. This
Noted.
has an interesting. This has an interesting art style. I'll check it out after this hangout. So
Yeah,
thank you for the
definitely.
recommendation, Tate.
You're welcome.
What's everybody's
Yeah.
most anticipated
Oops.
movie of the year?
Kinds of Kindness that comes out in 2 weeks in my area.
Yeah.
I don't
I'm
hyped for
get
that.
hyped for movies anymore.
What Kinds of Kindness is Yorgos Lanthimos, so of course I'm going to see it. And then there's also trying to think what else. Honora, absolutely Honora by Sean Baker.
Oh yeah.
I know there's probably a bunch of other. I'm blanking. Oh wait, I good one. Megapolis. I want to see this movie in
Megalopolis.
theaters.
Oh yeah.
I like need to see this in
yeah.
theaters.
I'm
I
hoping
like
it's a
need to
TIFF.
see.
I guess
I ironically want to see Deadpool versus Wolverine just to see what the experience will be like for that to happen.
Megalopolis is like in my top most anticipated, but I don't expect it to be good. I just want to see something
Exactly. I'm in the
crazy.
same
Yeah,
area.
I know it's not gonna be
like
good, but
It looks
to see this
weird.
I've been out
like,
of the movie scene too
everything
long
I've
to-
heard about it, just like, okay, this I have to fucking see this in theaters as soon as possible. Like, this is what they. And there's other ones. Nosferatu by Robert Eggers that comes out at the end of the year. We got
Nice.
that. And then I'm sure
but,
there's probably a bunch of other ones I'm blanking on, but at least Kinds of Kindness that comes out at like the tail end of the month, like for me, which is the new Yorgos Lanthimos. So of course I'll see it for sure.
Oh
New
yeah.
Yorgos, awesome.
Okay.
What about
that's my
Long
new
Legs,
most
the one that
anticipated.
stars Nicolas Cage, and the marketing seems to be obscure
go.
yet kind of interesting for what it is.
I've been out of
Yeah.
the movie scene for too long to remember what else coming up other than just the trailers on YouTube, and even that just be for the bigger films.
yeah, there's too many to list. I guess the Hundreds of Beavers finally being released in my country. I don't know if that counts. But,
I
probably
mean,
not.
that counts
Sure.
for you. I hope you
Oh
hope
yeah,
you enjoy
definitely.
it.
Yeah, if I can get the chance, yes, that's definitely. I guess that's my most hyped. Yeah, and I guess Wolverine's Deadpool because it's one of the. I swear this has got to be like I don't know what the projection for the rest of the superhero films this year, but like this has got to be like the smallest selection of like superhero films that have come out this year so far.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean
Which
that's
it
good. Yeah,
It's like we
I
got it's like we got one Marvel movie with Deadpool and Wolverine, one DC film with Joker 2, and then there's 3 Sony Marvel movies. One of them came out already, Madame Web, and then there's Venom 3 and what was Kraven the Hunter, and that's it.
oh yeah.
The horse looks, the Venom horse looks so cool, but the rest of the movie is probably going to be bad.
I forgot that Madam Web came out this year. I already thought that was 2023.
Yeah.
Also, the third Venom movie is directed by the writer who did the first 2 Venom movies, so I'm definitely not going to see that being
I can see
improvement
the
to the other
future.
2.
Isn't
Yeah.
there gonna be a new Steve McQueen movie?
Oh yeah, that's also a thing.
hopefully, yeah.
It's called
None of
Blitz.
None of them will be as good as Enter
Oh,
the Spider.
Blitz.
I think.
Are you not confusing with the 4-hour-long documentary around Amsterdam?
No,
There's
it
there's
says,
another one.
no, this one starts Cyrus Ronan. Who's the girl from Lady Bird?
Saoirse.
Saoirse Ronan?
Yeah.
I
I heard
guess.
it was
Oh yeah,
about World War II.
another film that I'm excited for that's coming out this year that apparently people really liked was The Substance, that horror film that got really positive reception at Cannes. I want to see that for sure. I don't know. It's just hard to decide, like, because a lot of the stuff that I would look forward to hypothetically, they don't get revealed until like release dates until like closer to like TIFF or film festival season. So we'll see how that goes. But as for right now, Kinds of Kindness is the end of the month, and then obviously Nora, Megalopolis, Nosferatu. I don't know. I'm trying to think. I know there's other ones I'm missing that I'm probably blanking on.
Long Legs?
Long Legs. There you
I mean,
go.
yeah, I'll be curious to see what Long Legs looks like when more reviews are out, because it's got positive reviews so far, but I don't know. It's like literally just 10 critics. And I don't know. I guess it's coming out soon. I don't know who they gave screeners to. If it was like targeted specifically, because I just I've seen 2 movies from the same director and I didn't like them, but this is the first one with Neon, I think, so maybe that'll help.
I do find ironic that Sean Barker's newest film is distributed by Neon, even though his other 2 were from A24.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, why
well,
not?
that now he won the Palme d'Or,
Yeah.
so
yeah,
take that, A24 losers. They don't have any Palme d'Ors.
Yet they do allow 1 of Oscars. In fact, they won 2 for Best Picture.
Oh yeah. What was the second one? Everything, Everywhere, and what else?
Moonlight.
Oh yeah, Moonlight. You're right. Yeah.
All right.
Ah, yeah, Best Picture winner, Moonlight.
Oh shit! Yeah, I remember Moonlight.
Hewlett fan, what's up?
Oh yeah, I was about to say. Considering how much you hated Alex's recent recommendation for Rogue One, are there any other film recommendations that you would be averse to, or you just simply wouldn't do? Whatever. Are there any films that you hate enough, or you're just a fatigued? You just could not.
I don't know, just more Star Wars, I guess.
Yeah, you're never watching another Star Wars.
I don't want
property
to. I
probably
don't
ever.
know.
I like that
Yeah.
you extended the olive branch, not doing a revenge recommendation, and then he did one.
Stab me in the back.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But at least you're making it up with the.
You should get his ass.
Yeah.
Pick something he'd hate.
Yeah. Are you allowed to spoiler what you're going to show Alex next, or no? You have to.
He
keep
I
already
mean,
said
we
he
already.
continues to-
Oh.
It's the three
Oh, what was it?
colors.
It's the
trilogy.
three colors
Oh, Three
trilogy.
Colors. Oh, of course. Oh.
Which is good.
Yeah, that's good. I'm surprised you didn't punish him with like. You could have like forced him to watch all of the Norm of the North movies or something like that. But like,
I
there's
know.
only
I
one.
have something in
Yeah.
mind if I want to
Ugh.
punish him, but I don't feel like doing that yet.
You guys need to get on that fear and loathing discussion.
Yeah.
I will look forward to that. I very much endorse this vitriolic back
Yeah.
and forth.
Mhm.
I get why, Adam, like why you've already said like you've made your piece of Star Wars, but like I don't know, you're still that way with all of the films, including the original trilogy as well. It's just
I
your
just don't care
visceral-
about him.
Fair enough. Yeah.
The original trilogy were just like okay movies, and like every single thing after that was just annoying.
Yeah, I can understand if it's the fan base discourse, but I'm surprised. Do you think you'd be that way with any other media franchise that was that saturated, like a Star Trek film or like the
No.
Indiana Jones films? Oh,
What about Marvel shit?
yeah, Marvel. I'm just surprised that you haven't retroactively gone back to like any Avengers film and given that a 1 out of 10. Because like there's
Marvel
definitely
and Star Wars are the same thing.
they kind of
Yeah.
are. Like if
Not
you're gonna make
quite.
the argument.
I mean, it's a lot of
Yeah.
the same fans, but
They come
I mean,
It's
from
a lot
one
of the
is
same
Disney,
like
the other is from
writing.
Sony,
Like all
and
the
there's the other
humor
Sony
in
that's from
Force Awakens
Spider-Verse.
was like identical to a shitty Marvel movie.
yeah. No, I hear what you're
Yeah.
saying, but I just like Star Wars is just I can't.
I got
Yeah,
no
It's so
I
uninteresting.
remember what you. I remember what you said. Yeah, it just created every single negative disc. I get that. Yeah. What was just out of curiosity? The last thing I'll say about it. What is the original rating that you gave? Like, I think the highest, the one that you liked the most was Return of the Jedi at 1 point or something.
I don't remember.
giving that-
Listen to the fucking
Yeah, fair
podcast. I don't remember. I'm not occupying space in my brain for Star Wars anymore. I don't want to
Yeah,
talk about
fair
it.
enough. Okay,
Fair.
yeah, all right.
Fair enough.
We'll
We'll
move
move
on.
the
It's a-
X-wing?
It's a boring conversation.
Yeah,
X-Wing.
Member bearers.
yeah, fair enough. I
It's okay.
get that. I'm just surprised though, like for a similar franchise, you actually rated Indiana Jones or the newest one surprisingly high, and I thought that like you'd think that was like sort of bloated as well. I think you gave that like a 5, or
He gave it a 4.
Oh, a 4.
I didn't
Oh.
even finish that one. It was not worth my time.
It wasn't as bad as it
Yeah.
could have been, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah,
It was just.
okay.
It
was
was mostly just
forgettable.
boring.
I
Like,
wish
I-
I
it
still
was
watched
not-
that.
I watched it
Yeah.
because it was nominated for score, and so I watched it, and it's like, yes, this is certainly a John Williams score, and then shut it
Yeah.
off because I do not
Yeah.
expect it to improve. It was just very generic John Williams.
Yeah, that's fair. What else? Yeah, I don't know if I've showed this to anyone before, but like,
hmm
I don't know if you've ever seen this funny chart made by the Chan Board TV of
Oh
like
no.
movie
Oh, no.
characters. Yeah,
Not
I know.
for
It's
Chan.
no, but it's actually funny. They made a suffering chart of like movie
Alright.
characters and like how much they suffered, and like, can you send photos on here or no? You can only
You
send
can put them in
text.
the chat. Well,
Oh,
you
you
can
can,
set, you
okay.
can put it like a link to a photo.
Oh, okay. Fuck, how do I do that?
Just upload it to post IMG or something,
Oh, okay, fine, cool,
and then get a link.
cool. Yeah, let me see if I can find this. I'll copy this.
Excuse me.
Sure.
I'm so exhausted. Just this whole month has been mentally and physically, emotionally exhausting. Ugh. So much shit
That
going on.
sucks, man.
I've not been able to stop yawning throughout calls, so I've just been stifling them and looking up and makes a face where I look like I'm angry.
We're like almost done dealing with like that dumb legal issue, and then I'll have to ask my lawyer if I can even talk about it after. But it's annoying bullshit.
The legal issue with like the other unkindness, or
No, something else.
Oh,
Is it the card thing?
I'm not talking about it.
Okay,
Let's-
sorry. I'll,
yeah,
I'll,
let's
I'll,
Fair
let's
enough,
pull
yeah.
pull back. Aboard.
Is
Alrighty,
anybody excited for Joel Haver's next movie? He's been hyping it up, talking about how he's been working real hard on it, and it's kind of made him like fall behind in his planned.
Oh yeah, he
of,
was supposed to do like one a
making
month or something, right?
12 films.
I had
in
only just heard
12
about Joel
months.
Haver's plans today.
But I've seen the first 3 and they're really nice. But he's been talking about how he's sunk a lot more time and effort than he's used to doing into this most recent one.
What's the new one called?
He hadn't released like any info for it yet. I've just been following it. He says it in like his Patreon messages.
Oh, okay.
That he's getting close to finishing it. I think it'll be ready in the next like couple weeks or so is what he said. But he said that's something that it's along the lines of like, I guess something that he hasn't really like accomplished or tried doing before.
Okay.
So I'm extra hyped for it.
When you know the title, let me know. I'll watch list it.
All right. Yeah, I'll do that.
Also,
I don't
shout out
think
to
he's
Joel
done
Haver
any-
appearing in Smiling Friends as the
Hell yeah.
ignorant brother.
I'm trying to send the damn photo.
He's like, I don't know. He was like the character he's like the supporting character that I've rooted for the most in that show, because like his brother like doesn't take any responsibility whatsoever.
Why is my mouth not closing?
Yeah.
Did you?
I just
try
find it funny that they
moving your
still kept
jaw?
the Joel
Oh,
Haver rotoscoping style in a show that's more
There we go.
in a show that's more quality than the rest, but they still kept it just so they can let everyone know it's Joel Havers.
Oh yeah, like what's the point of, if you're gonna have him guest star, what would be the point of changing it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
I kind of like they still kept
homage
the
to the style.
scratchy imperfections of the rotoscoping.
Yeah, it's like a guest animator.
It's like that might be my favorite episode so far. Just the one with him in it. It was at least one of the funniest to me so far.
Yeah.
Is there any YouTubers that we should expect appearing in more Smiling Friends? Because,
I don't know.
like you said, Zach Hago and Mike Cusick are getting a bunch of
I know.
YouTubers, even for like one scene. They seem to know that it's more just, oh, you're one of these people, but it's more respectful than just dropping him in.
Like
They
Dex
should
Flynn.
add a gay horse character played
I know,
by
right?
Adam.
Yeah.
How do I
That'd be
get them
pretty
to
based.
put my persona in it?
Exactly.
You
Yeah.
probably just email it to them and they'll know
Yeah.
what to do.
They should get Alex and have him be as the Half-Life guy from Hunt Down the Freeman. Like the same exact mob
Yeah.
from Gmod's
Chan
body
in
in
it.
Smiling
That
Friends.
exact line.
That was like the first thing I mentioned when I met Alex. I immediately brought up Hunt Down the Freeman.
It's his best role.
It's so
Yeah.
funny. Also,
It's fun.
Keemstar.
Oh no.
Oh,
As
shit,
the president of the
Keemstar was in
United
that.
States.
If
Yeah, he was literally
My
the president of the
fellow
United States.
Americans.
if they were
That
if
was
you
funny.
if you were to end up somehow getting your persona in an episode of Smiling Fresh, what would the plot be? Because all I can imagine is
yeah.
just your
So
PNG tuber film reviewer. It's like, okay, we got to get this guy to see a film that'll make him happy and not pissed off.
It's probably never.
Damn, this
happening,
horse
but
is
I
a
would
total
love to
slut.
Make like, it's
Mhm.
probably never happening, but I would love to have like a plushie of my Sona.
hmm
Yeah.
I think what we're gonna
DMX
do
shit.
is we're gonna go. We're gonna do final questions and comments. So I'll go through everybody in order. You don't have to raise your hand or whatever. Hewlett
Okay.
fan, you're still working on that image thing, right?
Yeah, I am. Is there no feature that you can just? There's just like. where
Just
you can
go to
like-
postimg.cc, upload the
Okay.
image, and then copy the link and paste it in chat.
Okay, thank you. Sorry.
It's
post
okay.
IMG. Sorry.
It's like an imager alternative.
Yeah,
Imgur.
I know. It's weird though. There's no feature just to directly post images into the
No.
Patreon chat. Okay. So
Well,
weird.
Zoom chat or whatever.
Okay, cool.
Olivia,
This game is really, really good.
what's it
But
called
you
again?
have to play it because there's kitties in it, and Scoot would not forgive you.
Yeah, well,
Is that the
Scoot's
only-
not here this week.
This game is like, I'm not even kidding. I like this more than Hollow Knight. Like,
Okay.
Already. It's
Cool.
so good, and it's
It's
very
the new
similar to
Silk
Sekiro
Song.
in a lot of ways.
Okay.
It's called Nine Souls.
Nine
They just
Souls.
released that. They just
Yeah.
released Talos Principle 2
SOLS
DLC.
souls, like Latin word
Oh.
for sun,
Oh.
soul, 9
Oh,
souls.
okay, yeah.
All right.
You know, Adam, they just released Talos Principle 2
Yeah, that's what I'm
DLC, so
planning
you
on
might-
doing this
Shit.
Sunday because Scoot is busy kissing his dad. So
I actually just got Talos Principle 2 for my Xbox. I am not far into it, but I'm really glad you gave me that you like that game as much as I do now because it's a great game.
yeah, I like those kind of puzzle games.
Yeah.
All right, the Shite
Yeah.
Lord. Do you have any questions or comments?
Yeah. I guess one kind of
Here we go.
long,
This should work.
not too longish, but was it also hi
Here we go.
either Shite or Trent? I'm fine with either.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, was it?
Hello.
I guess so. I
got a
haven't really
dip.
You got a dip? Okay, bye,
Later,
Olivia.
everybody.
Bye.
Bye, Olivia.
Take care, Olivia.
Bye.
Sayonara.
See you next Hangout.
Take
Bye.
care.
Take care.
All right.
What are you
I
saying?
guess just I guess my question just for before ending all of this is so I haven't really made as much of a splash on the internet as much as anyone else is, and I'm about I guess
What do you
trying
mean,
to,
anyone else?
That was you know
I
I'm
got
he-
237 subscribers.
I'm here and there on a couple of videos on a friend's YouTube channel. Don't
Mhm.
have much on my own thing. Really gonna actually like start making more content, putting more effort into it, but it's more so the art space and really just I guess seeing how you've kind of stayed I guess platform agnostic or really just been like everywhere around the internet
Mhm.
and mainly knowing you from YouTube. I haven't watched as much of you as I should because you're really chill ass dude and all.
Oh, thank you.
Was it so I guess just any tips for getting set up on the internet or just was it more so I guess building a career on it?
The only way to get noticed without starting with like a bunch of subscribers or connections is to make content that is derivative of something else. And derivative can mean either an existing movie or an existing show, or it can mean talking about a cultural idea, but something that is popular and resonates with people. And then from that point, after you build an audience, then you can more or less do your own thing if there are people that enjoy what you do and subscribe and expect that
All right.
type of thing. Because like
Right.
even Joel Haver's animations, like a lot of the ones that got big were ones that were like parodying an existing game, or sometimes even entire concepts of games. He'd be like, oh yeah, like an NPC, this is the perspective of an NPC in any kind of game, any kind of this type of game.
And I've been in a few communities around for at least say a decade or so. And really, I guess just more so, I've been more of a lurker, and it's like how to lurk less and more properly contribute to more, and in one way that is sort of making videos or whatever other
Mhm.
content online.
Is it like a motivational?
More so, I guess it's just like okay, I've done all the in theory and the studying portion. Now it's just getting to in practice point and actually making yourself do the work.
Yeah, set aside like I don't know, like a couple hours a day or whatever you think would be like a good starting point. If you keep like a calendar, just having like putting on the calendar saying like I want to put like a couple hours towards this on this day or like X amount of time per week. And it can either be practicing what you're doing or just creating something. Sometimes in order to create something you just have to do it and not worry about whether or not it's going to be crap.
Yeah.
But just like work on it enough and then be like, oh, here's what's wrong with this, and then fix it from there, and your next one would be better, sort of thing.
Yep. And last smallest thing before being done
Sure.
is just like getting that to stick in the routine and not fall off the horse and have much trouble getting back on.
In terms of motivation, it's just you have to. The more you make something a habit, the more that you stick to the habit, sort of thing. Like if you make a habit out of something, like if it's the first thing you do when you wake up or the first thing you do after like a certain meal, and you just set aside like a time and you make it a part of your routine, then you expect that as a part of your routine, and then it's easier to keep to it. It's just a matter of getting past the initial hump of like making it a part of your routine, and then once it is a part of your routine, you just do it, sort of thing.
Yeah. I figured as much, but thank you anyway.
Of course. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, so I have the image now.
Yeah.
Suffering chart. How much they deserved it.
Yeah.
Passion of the
It's-
Christ 100, and then how much they deserved it 0.
Oh, you laughed.
The Hunt 90, Dancer in the Dark I mean, I would argue, like, I don't know. This is funny categorizing things in that way, but I guess just based on the metric of the scale, they have to have some under other people. Because, like, I would argue, 85 through 100, Come and See, The Hunt, Dancer in the Dark, and Passion of the Christ. They all deserved it equally as little, as in none of them deserved it at all. So it's kind of funny that you'd put like 85 Come and See. Like, where's the 15% of deserving it? I don't know.
And Mr. Rogers did to get 5% deserve.
Let's see if I can get this full image. Just kind of trying to, oops. Scroll over to the right on this. Hell on Wheels? I don't even know what that is.
Oh, I've heard of that. I do not remember what it is, but I've heard of that.
Well, they got Caden up there. 95 suffering, 75 deserved it. But why? He deserved it? He deserved all that suffering?
Rich Evans does not deserve the suffering that much. He deserves to be lower on that part of the thing.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't have known that Rich, Mike, and Jay were in the new Smiling Friends if I hadn't stayed for the credits.
Oh, that's
They
funny.
played the
Mike.
aliens.
I only know
Okay.
Mike because of the pilot.
That's a funny image. Thanks for sharing.
Hewitt left, so
Jay, what's up?
Okay, so I only have one question. Afterwards, I need to go and help my friend move some things. My question for Adam, and this is the follow-up question to a certain video that involves children being wolves. Would you say you're too cool for any anime, particularly in the television show?
Oh, wolf children?
Yeah.
No. I'm not too cool for anime. It's just I don't like something because it's an anime. I don't know. There's some animes that I like. I like Death Note, like television show stuff. Looking forward to Tokyo Godfathers. Watch
Ooh,
that at some
nice.
point.
Is that a sardonic ass recommendation?
Might be in the future. I don't know.
That would
But
be a
it's
good
just
Christmas
there's a bunch
time
of stuff on my
recommendation.
list. Right?
Yeah, Tokyo Godfather is more like something you should watch on Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
It's
I re-
definitely different compared to any other Satoshi
apologies.
Kon movies.
Run out of
Fine.
battery.
it's fine. I really want to see a Whisper of the Heart at some point because, like, Jay Furlas said it's like his favorite animated movie, and everybody who sees this says to really like it a lot, and I really want to check it out sometime. I think it's getting like a Ghibli Fest release later this year in like August or something, so I might see it via that way.
It's
to
pretty
see how
good.
It's like.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I
amazing.
I
Such a
really want to
wholesome
see
movie.
it. I really want to see it for sure.
Yeah, I forgot. I don't think I rated The Sympathizer.
Yeah, I
Or
never
give it a
finished
high
the Sympathizer.
7.
I never
gonna
finished the
give it a high
Sympathizer.
7.
I really need to. I watched the first episode and I liked it, but then I never, just for some reason, got busy and never finished it, the rest of the episodes. But I'll get to it eventually. I did watch the first 3 episodes of The Boys season 4 yesterday, so
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna do a watch along for that when the season finishes.
I don't know.
Mm.
I don't know. There's a lot of things up in the air right now, and I'm kind of just
Okay,
trying to figure some stuff out.
I understand.
Yeah, fair enough.
Jay, was there anything else?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, I gotta go now too. But
All right,
thank
bye,
you for
Jay.
sticking
Have a good
around.
one.
See you
Hope you
next.
have a good one.
Thanks for
See you
hanging
next
out.
Bye.
hangout. Bye
See you
bye.
next time.
Tate, did you have any final questions or comments?
Not really. Other than I did see the first episode of Boardwalk Empire yesterday, and it made me want saltwater taffy.
Nice.
And
Hewlett
a
fan.
drink.
Any final
yeah, Adam,
questions or
sorry.
comments?
Yeah, what did you think of the suffering chart? Any positions that you agree with, or just like recognize most of the films? Yeah,
I don't know if Caden deserved all that suffering. I don't know. It just, whenever I see a chart like that, it's just one person's like personal opinion, and I usually don't agree too heavily with how things are organized.
Yeah, TV are kind of a joke board at the same time, and like put like some of the films that they genuinely or shows they can't stand, Like they put the entire cast of Always Sunny in Philadelphia deserve 100, and they put like some. But I don't know, some kind of makes sense, like Alex DeLarge from A Clockwork Orange being at like 95,
And also,
show
it
called-
put their suffering at 0. Like wait, did it put? No, that was How I Met Your Mother. They
This
put
is
at
how
0.
it works. It's like the actual suffering, and then how much they
Yeah,
deserve
yeah.
based on how evil, how much they hate the character. Yeah, Passion of the Christ being at 100. Yeah, I don't know. Old Boy. Yeah, he's
Jesus
pretty
had
high
it
up.
coming.
Yeah,
100%.
yeah. Yeah. Last things that I have to say. Yeah. What are some of the most disappointing trailers that you've seen for like a film that like the biggest disparity between a trailer's quality and then the actual film itself?
Most recent one would be Challengers. I watched the movie without watching the trailer, but then I watched the trailer after. I was like, wow, that trailer is not very good. And it also spoiled parts of the movie. Yeah. So I can see why some people thought it was going to be shit based on the trailer.
Oh yeah. Yeah, of course. Any other things? Yeah. Who are some of your favorite Japanese directors to compare to like Korean directors?
I don't know if Japanese and Korean style of cinema is very different. So I don't know if I would compare them. I think Korean cinema I prefer. I mean, I like 2 of Takashi Miike's films a lot, but he's directed like fucking 150 or something at this point, and so he's kind of hit or miss. And then yeah, like I don't know if there's like a Japanese director that I like really strongly follow, because even the One Cut of the Dead guy, like I watched his next couple movies after that, and they were like not as strong. They were still interesting, and I'm glad I checked them out, but yeah, maybe I'm who's somebody that I really like? Fucking I'm forgetting his name right now. Let's see if I can remember what one of his movies was called.
Cool.
Koreeda. I like Koreeda a lot. I'll watch any movie he puts out. Even though nothing he's made has been like as good as like the top stuff from like the Korean directors I really like, but
what's his name? I'll look him up.
Hirokatsu Koreeda. Shoplifters, Monster, Like Father, Like Son, Broker, The Truth, Third Murder, After the Storm. Yeah, he's got like he's really consistently good.
Okay, cool. Cool. Yeah, I'll take a look at that. Anything else? Yeah. Fuck. Oh yeah, I've been meaning to ask. Yeah, what do you think of the other supplementary Lion King material? Like, since the Lion King is
What do you
obviously in your
mean?
top 5 films. I mean, the sequels that it had.
I haven't
Lion
seen
King
them
2.
like in 2 decades, so I don't know. I don't remember them being good though.
Okay. Do you think you'd ever watch them? I mean, have you seen any of the Lion Guard? Oh yeah, I think you.
I saw the farting compilations.
Oh, okay. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to see. It's just not.
Honestly,
It's not in my list of priorities right now.
Fair enough. Yeah, but I think you should check out Lion King 2 again. It's one of the best.
I will at some point, but I remember even like when I was younger, just not liking it.
Yeah, and then there's Lion King 1.5, which is like a Mystery Science Theater 3000 sort of play on the first film with Timon. Yeah. Other than that, no, that's about it. Thank you.
Cool. Nico Lopez, we're doing final questions and comments. Do you have a thing?
What software do you use to record the copy of the movies that you're streaming on? That you're watching on?
I don't usually record a stream of a movie. Do you mean like how do I get the movie
for the watch-alongs?
For the watch-alongs, I usually just rip a Blu-ray or get like a tortilla if I have
Okay.
to. So like the easiest way to do it for a watch along is if I just have like an actual file on my computer, because then I can have the time code easily. Otherwise, there's been times where like I'll just stream the time code from a streaming service like Netflix or something, but
Yeah.
that's a little bit more complicated. And then I just use OBS and then zoom in on the time code part and don't show any other part of the screen.
All right. And I just want to hear what your thoughts on Sony Pictures buying Alamo Drafthouse.
I mean, we'll have to see how it goes. It doesn't sound like a great news story, as in, Sony's done a lot of nonsense, but if it operates the exact same way it's always been operating, then hopefully it'll be fine. But I have no idea what's going to come of that. All we know is that they own it now.
I've never been to Alamo Drafthouse. I've heard people say it's really great when
Oh,
you
it's
go
great.
inside of it.
It's fantastic.
But the thing is, there's literally no Alamo Drafthouse near me in my state at all. So
There's only like 25 in the world, and about 20 of them are in Texas.
Yeah. And 5 of those are closing.
Yeah, I think all the ones in Dallas are closed down now.
Lame. Well,
Yeah.
I guess they'll just make them play Venom 3 forever. BC467, do you have any final questions or comments?
Well, since I'm the final one, I'm actually glad because I have 3 questions in mind, and one of them is like a really serious one, and then the other 2 are like just like kind of lighthearted ones. So I'll go with the serious one first. So,
In Boards of Cinema, if you want to type something, feel free while BC467 is going.
All right. Well, I'll go with the serious one, and then so it's kind of another separate art for the artist kind of question. So like, there's been like obviously a bunch of artists who have like come out as being either pro-Israel or like being pro-Trump or something like that. But has it ever been able to affect your feeling about the art they create, or have you ever been like disappointed when you found out about their views on that kind of stuff?
Usually I just separate art from the artist. If somebody is a crazy person and they make good movies, then I don't have any issues with that. Roman Polanski's films are still incredible. Yeah, the times where it's been difficult to separate is when it's been like music for me, because it's like if you're talking about like a personal experience from your life and directly into lyrics, I feel like in that sense, like there's a level of like authenticity that should be there. And if it's like, okay, well, sometimes I feel like it's a bit more difficult to separate in that sense, but I haven't really had that issue with movies.
Yeah, I get that sense because like movies are often made by more than one people. There's like an entire team work on them and stuff, so you got to do that. I just figured I'd ask this because I've had this dilemma conversation with myself of like, am I doing the wrong thing if I like support a movie even if like the producer or a director is like either pro-Israel or like they're hardcore Republican? Because it's often like, am I like supporting something bad by doing that, or am I?
I don't know. Do you like buy things from Amazon? Like it's movies are not like at the top of the food chain for things that we support that may or may not be indirectly harmful. So I don't know. I if there's like I just like good art, and I'll if let's say there's someone who's like genuinely disgusting and they're the only person profiting from the movie, then maybe I'll just torrent it. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess so. That's just it was a moral dilemma I had with
Sure.
myself, but you're kind of right about that. And then the other 2 questions, and then the other 2 things. So I guess this is a bit of a silly question, but one of the movies I saw was Bad Boys Ride or Die because I was just bored one day.
Isn't it?
Yeah, and I was just bored one day, just wanted to see it. It was a 5 out of 10, whatever.
Yeah.
But I got like a hot dog at the movie theater I went to, and the hot dog was actually fucking disgusting. Like it was really shitty and not good at all.
That
So the
sucks.
question
How do you
I
fuck
have-
up a hot dog? Hot dogs are like the easiest thing not to fuck up.
Way too greasy. That's the thing.
That
It was way
sucks.
too greasy and stuff. But my question is, what is the worst food you've had while watching a movie? It doesn't have to be like theater food. It could just be like a thing you've eaten while watching a film.
I wonder.
This could apply to anyone that call, really, but I think it would be a good question for Adam.
Yeah, I some of the Cineplex VIP food is like really disappointing and gross. but that's like a Canada chain, so I don't know. There's no frame of reference for anybody, but
went-
the food at Alamo Draft House has always been great.
Yeah. I was gonna say from my end, I've been to a Star Cinema Grill and like I got wings from there, and I think they almost gave me food poisoning.
Oops.
It's always chicken
Yeah.
or some shit that does that to me. I always have a personal philosophy now where like if a place doesn't specialize in something like chicken or fish, I do not get chicken or fish from them.
I've only
All
gotten
right,
food
and-
poisoning once, and it was from myself. So
All right, and then the last quick thing I'll ask, since it's Pride Month, what are some, I guess, gay or trans or LGBTQ films that you would highly recommend?
Yeah.
Hey, Bottoms.
Yeah, Bottoms is good.
great.
Weekend,
that already.
Weekend by Andrew Haig is really great.
I need to watch that for
His
sure.
newest film, All of Us
Yeah,
Strangers, was awesome.
I've seen All of Us Strangers. I liked it.
Yeah, Weekend was really good.
We talked about Moonlight earlier.
Yeah,
That
Moonlight's
one-
great.
That
Moonlight's
was a
good.
very important movie for me.
Yeah, I gotta rewatch that. It's been a while.
I did kind of forget it was Pride Month. Happy Pride.
Happy Pride!
everyone. Yeah.
Happy Pride!
I don't get
Oh, yeah.
prideful or celebratory in my state, but happy Pride to everyone who can.
Yeah.
Who does?
Another good one, Call Me by Your Name. Does that count?
It is.
Yeah,
that's
I've
a,
seen
that's
that
a
one.
really good movie.
That's a good one. That's a good
That's
one.
a good representation. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe not just films, but media. I don't know. Good LGBT representations.
Life is Strange.
Yeah, good.
Life is
I don't
hella
know,
strange.
Can I count cartoons as well? Any piece of
Go
media?
ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess strangely, Adventure Time. It has a. I don't know if anyone ever watched that. Whatever. It has Princess Bubblegum and Marceline be openly gay, and they keep it pretty casual. And
I'd
I guess
also
that's-
I'd add Amphibia to good cartoons with like good levels of pride.
yeah, Steven Universe. Kind of.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that's
really-
probably like the one with the most famous examples.
Yeah, the most famous. Except, yeah, I still think it does a good job of depicting it.
Another one that don't really get as much into, but they do show a tiny bit as much because it's all kids and stuff. Cartoon wise, is Craig of the Creek.
Hey,
That was
Never
a
seen
show
that.
that I need. That was a show I needed when I was a child.
Yeah, I haven't. I need to get to more like LGBTQ films in my life. I've seen I've seen a good amount of them, but there's definitely more I need to see. The one I really want to watch at some point because it's considered like a cult classic is "But I'm a Cheerleader." I really want to watch that
Yes.
before.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
I want
Yeah.
to
It's
watch
a really
that
good
before
one.
the end. I want to watch that before the end of Pride Month.
Do
But
it.
I'll do that and I'll look at other ones. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Cool.
All right. Thanks everybody for joining. I'll be doing a watch along for the Three Colors trilogy tomorrow, and I'll probably do my trailer reactions after that because I'll be starting that pretty early. So I don't think I'll be streaming.
I'll be at
Today.
work when you start the trilogy, but I'll try and
Oh,
catch
yeah.
it later on. See you. I'll see you guys next month. Bye, guys.
Cool. Thank
Bye.
you. Bye
I
bye.
will
Yeah,
rot.
I
Bye-bye,
got to
take care.
see Three Colors in theaters recently, so like
Nice.
I hope you like it. I think a lot of people
Oh,
will
yeah.
like it, but I hope you like it, Adam. It was really good.
Okay. Thank you.
Never heard of it.
Bye
until this call.
bye.
Take care.
Yeah.